All right, here we go. Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior with my right-hand man producer, Coop. It's game one of the second round of the NBA playoffs, and this great rivalry is renewed between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics, and we are here to hang out with all of you and break all the action down. So no matter where you are or how you're tuned in, greatly appreciate all of you for rocking and rolling with us here on Philadelphia 76ers Now, as well as Boston Celtics. We figured, you know what? This is a great rivalry on the basketball floor. It's a great rivalry inside the walls here at Chat Sports. Let's have both of these channels competing here in 76ers Now and Celtics Today. So we'll be alluding to that all throughout the night. To get things going here, amidst our half-hour pregame show, we want to see where everybody is watching from right now. We're coming to you from the Chat Sports studios, emanating live here in Dallas, Texas. And when we look at the analytics, we see that people are literally tuned into our content from all across the globe. We have 14 people watching on 76ers Now. We have 5 people watching on Boston Celtics Today. It's our hope that both of these channels are going to clash all throughout the evening. And, of course, our pregame show going to be awesome as well. So what we want you to do is get the comment section going here, and we want to give a shout out to a first commenter club. First, it's Jay, who's watching from Toledo on 76ers Now, and Corey Childs, a longtime Celtics viewer on Celtics Today. He is tuned in from Marlin, Alabama. Coop, it's really been an awesome playoff run here in the NBA so far. It's a shame that the regular season really doesn't matter much, because in the first round and so far in the second round, we've seen some awesome performances from Jimmy Butler going off, best playoff game in Heat history. Then he went off again in Game 6. You had Steph Curry dropping a 50-burger against the Kings last night. And this series, it always produces dramatics.
Oh, this will be awesome, man. It's a shame that Joel Embiid will not be starting. He is out for Game 1 with a grade 2 knee sprain. But this is a great rivalry, one of the best and oldest rivalries in the NBA, and I can't wait to see how it pans out. Round 1 was maybe one of the best round 1s we've ever had in NBA playoffs history, so I can't wait to see what this round 2 brings and what the Sixers and Celtics can give us.
As Coop said, Joel Embiid out for Game 1. There is some optimism that maybe he's going to be able to play Game 2, but as Coop said, it's a grade 2 sprain on that LCL in his knee. When I've spoken with doctors and I've seen some of the reports out there, typically it's a 4 to 6 week injury. He only suffered that injury about a week and a half ago. It was important for Philadelphia to sweep the Brooklyn Nets, and it was great for the Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young to go into TD Garden there in Game 5 and go off to extend that series to give him some more rest. But even with that rest, not able to go in Game 1 of this playoff series. And it's going to be fascinating to see what happens with the guy who's probably going to be named NBA MVP this week in this second round series. The injury misfortune that he's had is unbelievable. He's played with a torn meniscus in the playoffs, an orbital fracture. Last year was a torn thumb ligament, and he can't catch a break with the knee.
It seems like in the regular season, he stayed relatively healthy over the past this year, especially. But very unfortunate timing for him, especially in a year where he's playing the best basketball he's ever played, like you said, going to win MVP this year, and could have given the Sixers a hell of a chance against this Celtics team.
Yeah, now we'll dive into the nitty and gritty of this playoff series coming up around the corner, but our watch party would not be possible if it wasn't for Underdog Fantasy. NBA fans, Sixers fans, Celtics fans, whoever's watching right now, don't miss out on the excitement of playing fantasy sports with Underdog Fantasy, the easiest and fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. What I really like to do, couple of games that Underdog Fantasy has to offer. You can build a pick'em entry by choosing whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in this game or any game, and you could win up to 20 times your money in a single night. So sign up today at chatsports.com/underdog and use the promo code CHATSPORTS, and you can get your first deposit doubled up to $100. One more time, that's chatsports.com/underdog, promo code ChatSports. You get your deposit 100% match there. And some of the picks that Coop and I have made for our pick'em, we go higher or lower here. I don't know if you saw the outfit that James Harden wore to TD Garden tonight, but just because of that, it looked as though he ate the Cookie Monster's clothes and then he put it on himself. We're going to go lower, 31.5 points and assists combined. Even without Joel Embiid, we know that Harden doesn't always show up in some big spots. Tyrese Maxey has always struggled against the Celtics in his playoff and NBA career. Higher than 7.5 rebounds and assists for him. We're going to go higher for Jayson Tatum, combined 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then we're going to go lower for Jaylen Brown, a combined 28.5 points and assists. So 100% match with our code Chat Sports. We appreciate them for making our watch party possible. And right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that link in the comment section on both of these channels here. It's in there on Celtics Today, and it's in there on Philadelphia 76ers now as well. So you can check out and see for yourself what Underdog has to offer. So who you got tonight? Let's get this comment section going here. We have 25 people watching live, now up to 26 people watching live on Philadelphia 76ers now. 15 people watching live on Boston Celtics Today. In case you're just joining us, look, what we want to do here is make this the most interactive and enjoyable game experience for all fans out there. And we're going to give you some play-by-play, up to the second stats and analysis as well. We're ready to rock here. So who you got? Let's hear from those 26 people watching live on 76ers now. What we're really trying to do is grow both of these channels. And then on Boston Celtics Today, you can let us know who you're going with. Type PHI for the 76ers. Type BOS for the Boston Celtics. Let us know who you're going with. I'm looking on Celtics Today. Rogelio Kang is saying, go Sixers, go, go. We're actually live on our Sixers channel, Rogelio. It's called 76ers Now. You can come over there and interact with the Philadelphia faithful. Lion Fighter with the Super Chat, the first Super Chat in the history of 76ers
Lion Fighter.
Now.
Let's go.
Jay Killen said, let's go. Jay saying 76ers in 6 games. Good stuff right there. And then Lion Fighter with the first ever Super Chat on 76ers Now. Real one roll call. So what a real one means is somebody who's about that life, who goes about their everyday process with some gusto, with some swagger, and you're never scared or fazed by anything. Lion Fighter, thank you so much for your donation. Now it's up to those of you watching on Celtics Today to match that donation. Let's go back to who you got here. Christos is saying Philadelphia will win today without Joel Embiid, then get gentlemen swept by the Celtics. So the Celtics 4-1 series dub, according to Christos on Celtics Today. Mr. Awesome Guy 222. Let's go Sixers. Lion Fighter, I hope the job search is coming about in grand fashion and you were able to land a new gig there. And let's start to get in to the nitty-gritty with this playoff series here, as this rivalry is renewed between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers tonight going to be without Joel Embiid, but they are 12-5 this year without him. So Tyrese Maxey is going to have to ball out. Tobias Harris will have to show up and show out. And James Harden cannot have a playoff clunker here. Ryan Rowe going with the Sixers. Lion Fighter going with the Sixers. And then Ikem Ejika, hopefully I pronounced that right. Icky, we'll call you that, going with the Boston Celtics over there on Celtics Today. So if you're a real one, which means you're watching right now, we appreciate you regardless of where you are and which channel you're watching on. Type real one down in the chat. We'll give you some shout outs here. All right, so the stage is set here at TD Garden in Boston. The Sixers, the only team in the first round of the playoffs to pull off a sweep over the Brooklyn Nets. A couple of those games did get really intense, and the Nets were not shy about getting physical with Joel Embiid. That's partially, in my opinion, why he ended up getting injured. And then the Celtics, they had to go 6 games with the Atlanta Hawks, all thanks to ice Trae going off in Boston in Game 5 as he hit that massive three late. Because the Sixers are going to be without the future MVP and Joel Embiid, I think he's going to get that award over the Joker. The Celtics are 9.5-point favorites. The over-under for this game is 214.5. Going to be taking place in Boston here for Games 1 and 2. Then the series will shift back to Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center in South Philly for Games 3 and 4. And beyond that, all those games will take place if necessary. So, Coop, you look at this playoff series here. What are some of the things that kind of stand out outside of the Embiid injury? What are you looking for, and who do you kind of like in this series?
The biggest thing I'm looking for is how is James Harden and Tobias Harris going to perform under pressure?
Yeah.
I know they haven't done well lately, and I feel like James Harden going into free agency this summer, this series could have a lot of impact on what he does. Does this series sway him to stay with the Sixers? There's a lot of smoke about him going back to Houston and signing with the Rockets. So that's my main storyline. And also Tobias Harris. I think he was pretty good in the first round series, but now the stakes are ratcheted up a little bit. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, I think this is the best opportunity, unfortunately for Joel Embiid. He's injured. But if he was right, if he was healthy, this is one of the best opportunities that the Sixers have had, honestly, in a really long time to make a run at the NBA Finals.
Yep.
This is an organization that has not made it past the second round of the playoffs since 2001. That's not the case for the Celtics. They have been one of the preeminent organizations in this sport ever since basketball was founded, going all the way back to Bill Russell. And then, of course, with Larry Bird, you had the Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen years. Even when they had Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker, they were good in the early 2000s. And then it's this new iteration, and it's this new era of Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown. They were a couple games away from winning an NBA championship last year as they lost in Game 6 to the Golden State Warriors. Here are our keys to this series here. It's a lot going to hinge on the health of Joel Embiid. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near 100%. That's why I like Boston to win this series in 6 or 7 games. If Embiid was healthy, I might lean Philadelphia here just because I've been concerned about the adjustments from Joe Mazzulla this year, first-time head coach, and the Celtics have really played down to their competition. And I know that they always get up for Philadelphia, but something has just seemed off a little bit for the Celtics throughout this year. And then also, the Celtics have owned the Sixers. So why I also like Boston here, they seem to have the mental edge over Philadelphia. And the Sixers continue to just crater down the stretch in a lot of these big games against Boston. I think as far as the X's and O's, the transition game does lean Boston. The Sixers like to slow it down and play that slow pace with James Harden and Joel Embiid. They struggle to get back on defense. The Celtics thrive in transition, so look out for them to get out on the run. But for Philadelphia, no Embiid tonight. So could that favor them on the road with the rest advantage, Coop, with Paul Reed, who's very athletic? He can match up with the guy like Robert Williams. This is a legacy series for James Harden and Joel Embiid. And which Celtics team are we going to get? Are we going to get the Celtics team that has had some questionable losses this year, playing down to their competition? Or are we going to get the Celtics team that, with the Milwaukee Bucks out, might be the front runner in the Eastern Conference to make it to the finals?
Yeah, as right now, I think they are the favorite with Milwaukee going out into Miami in the first round. I think you made an interesting point about Paul Reed, and now it actually might favor the Sixers tonight because they can play a little faster. The only problem is you might have to get Montrezl Harrell involved too, and I'm not sure that he's ready to play big minutes in the NBA playoffs. He has not been good this year, so we'll see what happens
Dedmon
there.
Is their other backup center who could get some time. Yeah.
So maybe Doc Rivers decides to go small tonight and maybe plays a little more PJ Tucker at the 5.
Yeah.
He has done that before, especially with Houston.
How do you match up with Robert Williams
Exactly.
and Al Horford, though?
That's the problem is if they go small, the Sixers and Joe Mazzulla can just go big with Horford and Williams.
Yeah, taking a look at the comment section here, Lion Fighter, how bad is Embiid's knee? We're hearing it's a grade 2 sprain. Typically, that's a 4 to 6 week injury. He got a PRP shot in that knee. That was made famous back in the day by the late, great Kobe Bryant when he went over to Germany. It's called a platelet-rich plasma injection, which is supposed to heal up some of the joints and some of the injuries in there. But again, 4 to 6 week injury, he's trying to come back in a week and a half.
It'd be crazy.
It's just not good for the Sixers. Now, if he goes to whichever doctor that Bryce Harper went to,
yes.
he got Tommy John surgery at the end of November. He's going to make his Phillies debut on Tuesday.
Insane.
That'd be great. Now, you look at the previous history and the most recent history between Philadelphia and Boston here. As I said, the Celtics have really owned the Sixers both in the regular season, but also come playoff time here. Last time they met was actually in the NBA bubble. If you remember, Ben Simmons got hurt that year, and the Celtics went on to win sweep 4-0. Coop, in the 2018 first round is actually 4-1, if we can get that corrected. But Philadelphia could have won that playoff series. That's when they had Marco Bellinelli and they had Dario Saric. There were a couple of games there where J.J. Redick played well. That was when the Sixers core, with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, first made it to the playoffs, and the Celtics then were just the more experienced team, and the Sixers could have won that playoff series. They really could have, but they went down in 5 games because down the stretch, it was the Celtics who was the more seasoned team. Back in 2012, this is the year that Derrick Rose tore his ACL, so the Sixers became an 8 seed to take down the Bulls as a 1 seed. And that second round series, when Andre Iguodala hit a couple of those big free throws and then stood up on the scores table against Chicago when the Wells Fargo Center was jumping, that allowed the Sixers to advance to the second round, and that series was really good. That was the tail end of the Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett trio, and the Celtics ended up winning that series 4-3. Back in 2002, this was after the Sixers made it to the NBA Finals and lost 4-1 to the Lakers. Allen Iverson just could not get it going against Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker. In the 1985 Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics won 4-1. And the last time that the Sixers beat the Celtics in a playoff series, it happened when Dr. J won an NBA championship. And the Sixers won an epic series 4-3 to advance to the finals in the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, we have 32 people watching live here on 76ers Now. We have 55 people watching on Boston Celtics today. Here's the issue, though. We want to make this watch party a party. The most lit atmosphere outside of being at TD Garden. So a couple of ways in which we can do that. We always want to shoot for half the likes for people watching. For instance, 55 people are watching on Celtics today, only 7 likes. So if you're pumped up and you're ready for game 1, I need you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. And on 76ers Now, we have 34 people watching live and 10 likes. So everybody watching right now, we need you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. Therefore, more people will come into our live streams, and it's going to be a lot more fun, right? Because we have the Sixers taking on the Celtics on the floor, and then we have dueling streams here with our simulcast, 76ers Now against Boston Celtics today. And keep in mind, right in our wheelhouse is our NBA offseason coverage, free agency, the NBA draft. We get some of our most views during the offseason during those periods. So if you're coming across these channels for the first time, please make sure you subscribe right now. 76ers Now, Boston Celtics today for Euro coverage on both of these squads. So hit that sub button right now. It's youtube.com/76erstv, and then it's youtube.com/CelticsTV. We're about 6 minutes or so from tip here for game 1 of the second round series between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm Chase Sr. He is producer Coop, and all of you hanging out with us here. Projected starting lineups. We'll first start with the visiting Sixers. They're going to be without Joel Embiid, who is out. The Sixers are at least hopeful that he's going to be able to play in Game 2, but even that, a little bit of a stretch. It really all depends on what happens, Coop, in Game 1. Like, if the Sixers steal Game 1, they can afford to sit out Joel Embiid for Game 2 because the series is then locked up 1-1 heading back to Philadelphia. If you lose Game 1, you run into that territory where you go down 2-0 back to Philadelphia, then you start to clench up a little bit. So projected starting 5 here for Philly: James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and then Paul Reed will get the start at that 5-man spot. And then the starting 5 for the Celtics: Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jalen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Al Horford. We'll also see what happens with Robert Williams here, but those are, of course, the projected starting 5s. So with that, Who you got? 65 people watching live on Celtics today, only 16 likes. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and you like the video. Then we have 30 people watching live on 76ers now, a little bit of a smaller channel with 13 likes. So please pepper that thumbs up icon, like the video, and keep that comment section flowing as well. We'll give shout outs to everybody in the chat. For instance, on 76ers now, Lion Fighter, Ryan Rowe, Danny Ray, Mr. Awesome Guy, Travis Worldwide. Then over on the Celtics channel, John Edward Kruger, the Rams Horn of Haiti. We have Rogelio Kang, Mount Duboy, and Shroom all in the chat on Boston Celtics today. So who you got? Let's give you some shout outs here. Who you got here in game one? Just type a simple PHI for the Sixers or BOS for the Boston Celtics. Lacrosse W saying, let's go Boston. John Edward, he's going with Boston. I'm looking at the live poll here on 76ers now. Who you got in game one? 68% of the votes with Philly. And then on Celtics today, 68% of the votes with the Boston Celtics. We also do have a super chat menu. Our watch party and our live stream here, it's going to be 100% free. We'll keep you in the know with everything that's going on with this game, right? Play-by-play, analysis. Coop and I, we're hoops heads. We love the game of basketball. So we'll relay everything that happens in this game to all of you and also keep you in the know with all of the stats and analysis as well. But if you want to donate to the show, since our live stream is free, it really goes a long way in continuing to give you videos and coverage year-round. So if you send in a $5 super chat, you can literally ask us anything with that super chat. You send us a $10 super chat, I'll do 10 push-ups here. Shoot, I'll do as many push-ups as we want with those $10 super chats. $20 super chat. We have the Patron here. We're down to make this a party and put the party into watch party. And as we get to $100 in total, I will do a beer bong for every $100 that we get. So that right there is our super chat menu. If you're not familiar with sending in a super chat, right below the chat, there is a rectangular box with a $sign that goes through it. You hit that, and you can send in any donation that you want. On 76ers now, Lion Fighter, PHI. Adrian Ross thinks the Sixers are going to win. Pat's gang is in the chat on 76ers now, throwing in the clover leaves for the Boston Celtics. Tony Beta, sadly Embiid's injury will put the Sixers into Harden's hands. And I think, Coop, when the Sixers become too James Harden oriented, that's when they're at their worst.
Yeah.
When he is playing more of a distributor role, which you and I have talked about, we've given him credit for extending his prime, and he's more so that secondary or third scoring option. That's when the Sixers are at their peak, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Harden's done a great job of more or less reinventing his game from his time with the Houston Rockets, where it was all him. The ball went through him. Every single possession was ran through him. But now he's more of a distributor, where I believe he led the league in assists this year, if I'm not mistaken. And he's been fantastic and has really extended his career by a couple of years. I think that'll be the key. Even with Joel Embiid out, I don't think the Sixers needs to change their game too much.
Yeah.
Let Harden distribute, get the other guys involved. Maybe Tobias Harris gets a few more buckets. Maybe PJ Tucker gets a few more looks in the corner. Just those kind of things, and just not try to force the game too much.
Yeah. You want to give some shout-outs to people watching on both channels there, Coop?
Let's go. I'll start out on our Celtics channel. We have John Edward Kruger saying, go Celtics. Lacrosse W saying, let's go Boston. And John also typing in his BOS for Boston to win. The Rams from Haiti, the chauffeur, Celtic love. Lacrosse says the 76ers are going to lose. We have a Knicks fan in here as well.
Knicks fan.
Gio says, let's go Knicks.
What you know about New York Knicks Now? Are you one of Marshall Green's loyal viewers?
Please subscribe to New York Knicks Now as well. We love Marsh and the work he does over there. Rams Horn of Haiti says, bleed green, bring home banner 18. Then over on our Sixers channel, Jay says 76ers in 6 games. Lion Fighter with the 100 emojis. Mr. Awesome Guy. Ooh, this is a good question. Why does Joel Embiid keep getting hurt every playoff run? Let's be real. Is it being unlucky, or is he hurting himself with the way he plays?
So this is pretty interesting. When Embiid started his career, he had the back injury and the foot injury.
Missed the first 2 years of his career,
Missed the first 2 years of his career, which is really impressive because he's gone on to have a Hall of Fame type of career, right?
Yeah.
He was taught, because of those injuries actually, to fall down instead of trying to brace the impact of him falling given his size. So everybody wants to say this guy flops all the time and he's wailing his body all over the place. That's why he falls so much, is because he was taught that to try to conserve his knees and his back to a certain degree.
Yeah, I mean, the Embiid injury clearly affects this series, and it's a shame because I think if he was 100% healthy, this would have been a fantastic series. Still think it could be a good series.
It can be.
It won't be at 100%. Tony Beta says, sadly, Embiid's injury will put the Sixers in Harden's hands.
Yep.
Probably correct. Lion Fighter says, Sixers squad steps it up big time and wins the series. Mr. Awesome Guy says, Sixers. Snipes Entertainment says, no Rangers channel, it's a Game 7. Game 7?
Game 7.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if this series gets to 7, Chase. I don't know.
Can you imagine the nerves for Boston fans after the Bruins lost last night in a Game 7 against the Florida Panthers?
Oh.
And then the nerves from Sixers fans, which they're always nervous, right? I know that. I grew up in Philadelphia. And knowing they haven't made it to the Eastern Conference Final since 2001 when Allen Iverson won MVP that year. All right, what we want you to do right now, last opportunity for everybody watching here to predict the score of Game 1 down in the chat, because this game is about to tip off any moment now. So predict the score. We'll start giving you some shout-outs here.
Get those score predictions down in the comment section. I'm going to go Celtics 110, 76ers 97.
All right. Now the Sixers, interestingly enough, they are 12-5 this year without Joel Embiid. They do have the rest advantage over Boston, as Embiid is in attendance wearing his Balenciaga sweatshirt. Much better outfit than James Harden's. I just think that even though the Sixers have a little bit of a rest advantage, the Celtics are the better team. And you can make the argument they're the better team when Joel Embiid is on the floor. And I have concerns that the Sixers might be a little bit too James Harden reliant. And I also don't have a lot of faith that he's going to show up in a big game, which is a tone setter for this series. So I think the Celtics win 105-100. I think it's a very close game. Tyrese, Maxey, James Harden, Tobias Harris. That's the trio that has to step up, and show out for Philadelphia to pull off the upset here as 9.5-point underdogs here in Game 1. Make sure you subscribe to us here on 76ers Now. Subscribe to us here on Boston Celtics Today on both of these channels. We give you content year-round, and it's interactive, it's informative, it's consistent, and it really is one of a kind. So if you like what you're seeing here, you'll get more of that on our channels here from Chat Sports. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV is our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. But, of course, you can subscribe on 76ers Now and Boston Celtics Today as we have dual streams here on the show. And we were completely right on the projecting starting lineups here. Al Horford, Jayson Tatum, Jalen Brown, Derek White, Marcus Smart. Going to be the starters for Boston. And then the starting lineup for Philadelphia, it's going to be James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and Paul Reed. We're going to jump it up, center stage. Celtics rocking their black jerseys with green lettering. 76ers rocking their red jerseys, white lettering, and blue trim. It's going to be Paul Reed and Al Horford at the center circle right on that Celtics logo. They jump it up. Sixers win it. Paul Reed tips it back to James Harden. We're underway for Game 1 of the second round from TD Garden. Harden starts off right. He's guarded by Jalen Brown. Sends it over to PJ Tucker to his left, to Maxey on the left wing, who hands it off to Harden. Gets the screen off Paul Reed, looks his way. Little mid-range jumper, good. James Harden gets the Sixers on the board. Took a little while to get that possession going for Philly, but Harden finds Twine from mid-range. Now on the Boston side, it's Tatum on the left wing. Up top to Marcus Smart. Nice entry pass from Smart to Tatum. He throws it down. Locked up at 2. Harden lets Maxey bring it up. Crosses half court. Looking to his right. Comes off the screen from Reed. Pulls up from 3. Off to the right. Tatum skies for the rebound. Jalen Brown, guarded by Tobias Harris, slips. Regains his footing. Backs it back out to Tatum. Shot clock at 12. Down low to Horford. Pop pass outside to Brown. Good defense there on the recovery from Toby, but a great pass from Jalen Brown to Al Horford, who lays it up off the right side. Harden back the other way. Behind the back pass to Paul Reed. Jump stop. Blocked by Al Horford. Here come the Celtics. Brown, beautiful bounce pass to a streaking Tatum. He throws it down for the two-handed flush. Boston out to a 6-2 lead. Just about 2 minutes into this game. Harden, guarded by Smart, near side. Hands it off to Maxey. Maxey shoots it over to his left to Tobias Harris. He's guarded by Brown. Gonna look to take him. Pulls up, mid-range, pure. Sixers needed a bucket there to calm down the early juice from Boston. The Celtics have passed the ball beautifully here in the early going. Tatum, far side, guarded by Harden. Gonna look to exploit that mismatch. Swing pass to Horford. Horford to Smart, splits a couple of defenders, loses the basketball. Good recovery defense there from Tobias Harris, forcing the turnover there from Marcus Smart.
Sixers needed to stop there. It looked like the Celtics were getting whatever they wanted.
Here comes Harden the other way. Pull up, gets the bounce off the back iron, and it drops. We're tied at 6. 95 people watching live on Celtics Today. 38 people watching live on 76ers Now. Like the video, continue to comment your thoughts. We'll give you some shout outs here. Brown guarded by Tucker. Turnover. We know that Tucker's really feisty. Tobias Harris to Paul Reed. Reed, alley-oop to Toby. Throws it down. Sixers regain the lead 8-6. First lead for Philly since it was 2-0. Tatum. Guarded by Reed, getting the start instead of Joel Embiid. Good defense there from Reed. Tip out. Jalen Brown buries the triple. Celtics back up by 1, 9-8. Harden playing with pace here. Step back jumper from the left elbow. Cash. He was able to shake Marcus Smart with a little spin move fadeaway. Brown drives. Kicks it out to Horford. Maxey tips it up into the air. Ball goes out of bounds. And the referees are going to say it's out on Al Horford.
Frantic pace to this game so far.
Very fast pace. And the Sixers, Coop, as we talked about in the pregame, oftentimes they don't have a lot of pace. Harden, near side. He's going to pull up from 3. Got it to go! James Harden. 7 early points for Philly. He came down on somebody's foot. No foul call. Back the other way, it's Derek White. Left-handed baby hook on Paul Reed. And this frantic pace continues here. Harris, far side, into the corner to P.J. Tucker. Up top to Paul Reed. Loft pass to Harden. Pulls up from 3 again! And James Harden cooking early! He's asking for another foul call. Whistles remain silent, but Harden now has 10 points. Tatum looking to respond. Drives, passes it out to Jalen Brown. He cuts and carves through the lane. He lays it up. Check that. Harden actually has 12 of the Sixers' 16 points. Maxey going to pull up from 3. That's good. What a great early 5 minutes in this basketball game here. 19-13 Sixers. Philly shooting 80%. They're 8 of 10 from the floor. And then Jalen Brown is fouled by Paul Reed, who oftentimes can get very aggressive with his wingspan, and that should have been a foul.
Yeah, absolutely. I said it was a foul in real time. Smart was clearly in his landing space, and Harden doesn't get the call, but Harden lands on Smart's foot and comes up gimpy.
And that's 2 there, Coop, right from that same spot where Marcus Smart came right into James Harden's landing space. Whistles remain silent. All right, so outside of the pace here, Coop, we can get the comment section going. Then I want your thoughts here on what's happening so far. Barely been able to breathe so far because of the pace of this basketball game. 101 people watching live on Celtics today, 43 people watching live on 76ers now. We want people to compete here. We want Sixers fans competing with Boston Celtics fans. On 76ers now, in the comment section, Lion Fighter, Ryan Rowe, Tony Beta, Kenneth Goad, AFX Apocalypse, and Kylie Caperton. On Celtics today, Cool, Lacrosse, Mount Dubois, Edjon Miyaga, Takis, and Zamengo. They're all in the chat. 19-13 Sixers here as they're shooting 80% in the first few minutes.
I think this is the exact opposite of what I expected so far.
Me too. Now, today's watch party on 76ers Now and Celtics Today is brought to you and made possible by a brand new advertising partner here under the Chat Sports umbrella. It is Underdog Fantasy. Go to chatsports.com/underdog. Use the promo code CHATSPORTS, and you can get your deposit match of up to 100%. Double your first deposit with Underdog Fantasy. Don't miss out on the excitement of playing fantasy sports with Underdog Fantasy, the easiest and fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. You can build a pick'em entry by choosing whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in this week's game. And you could win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Sign up today using the promo code CHATSPORTS, using our link, and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Just visit chatsports.com/underdog or find them in the App Store. Remember to use our promo code to claim your bonus. And so far, this is what we did have. And on the James Harden one,
we're looking
good. I don't know.
Oh, we went lower? We had the lower.
We went lower, 31.5 points and assists combined, and he already has 12 points in the early going. We're in trouble here. We went higher. Tyrese Maxey, 7.5 rebounds and assists. I think he might have a rebound already, but he needs to get it going. Jayson Tatum, higher, 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'll tell you what, the Celtics have been passing the basketball with some extraordinary vision here. And then Jalen Brown, 28.5 points combined with assists. We went lower. So Underdog Fantasy, great app. It's a lot of fun. You can win money. And using our link in our promo code right below me, 100% deposit match here on both channels. So 50 people watching live on 76ers Now, 113 people watching live on Boston Celtics Today. Why don't we do a little Super Chat battle weigh-in too there, Coop? Take a look at what the people are doing here. What are you drinking? There's a break in action. You're not missing anything here on the show. So let us know what you're drinking. We'll give you some comments and some shout-outs here. Look, we have some Patron here. $20 Super Chat. We're pouring up shots of Patron all throughout the night. So you want this watch party to really get litty? Send us in a $20 Super Chat. We have some Patron here. No Super Chats yet on Boston Celtics Today. $6, though, on 76ers Now. We're back at action. Under 7 to go here in the opening quarter. Brown takes the inbounds pass. Step back on Paul Reed. Lines it up from 3. Cookies. Brings the Celtics back within 3. He had Paul Reed on him, and that's a mismatch that obviously is not good for Philadelphia and favors Boston, and Brown was pure. Harden, 12 points so far. Rest of the team has 7. Harden sends it over to his right to Tyrese Maxey. He's guarded by Marcus Smart. Step back jumper, front rim. Good defense there from Smart. Tatum, scoop pass to Horford. Horford to Brown. They're going to play ring around the rosy here. Grant Williams will back it back out to Jayson Tatum. No, that's Malcolm Brogdon. Tatum will drive, rises up with the right hand, gets it to fall. 19-18 now. Now, while the Sixers have kept up with the Celtics' pace here in the early going, that's not sustainable for Philadelphia. They do not have a fast-paced offense. Harden, guarded by Brogdon, 6th man of the year, step back 3, no good. PJ Tucker with the rebound, extends the possession, out to Tobias Harris, his three-pointer, nearly airballed it.
Don't love that shot.
Brown, nice crossover dribble. Tobias Harris had no shot, lays it off the window as he drives right. Celtics regain the lead. Doc Rivers has to call a timeout. So Doc calls the timeout as the Celtics here with a little spurt coming out of the break. What a move by Jaylen Brown on that last deuce. Little quick crossover dribble, which did not stop his momentum at all. And that has the Celtics up 20-19. Who you got? Game 1, S for the Sixers, C for the Celtics. Let us know. AFX, Kylie, Tony Breda, shout out to all of you watching on 76ers Now. And then those of you on Celtics Today.
AFX Apocalypse, the homie, is in the chat on, I believe, our Celtics channel, and he said, wow, Daddy Chase, you're really hosting 2 channels at one time.
It's amazing,
That's
right?
what we do, man.
So we asked you earlier what you're drinking. AFX is drinking some Gatorade.
Andre says blood.
Your boy Obama, whiskey. Andre, blood. Interesting. Gatorade from AFX. Melon Ciroc from Jeff Stamps. That's a pretty good one.
That's good, yeah.
Water from Ed John. And I think that's it. Hot coffee from Rogelio. Where are you watching from, Rogelio? It's pretty late to be drinking coffee if you're in America.
I have a cup of coffee right here.
You're drinking coffee too?
Yes.
Shoot, Coop and Rogelio. Who you got? Game 1. Velez, Celtics, Rogelio, Sixers. DC 207, Sixers. Kylie's drinking some frozen hot chocolate. Kylie, Sixers, asks if she's the MVP today. Sure, you're the MVP there, Kylie. Walter Miller, let's go Sixers. Tom Tibbs, no relation to Tom Thibodeau. Let's go Sixers.
Or maybe there is. Maybe
it
is Tibbs.
Tibbs is in the chat. For those of you coming across the show here, please make sure you subscribe. We're trying to grow both of our channels here. Live for Game 1, Eastern Conference semifinal, Sixers Celtics. The winner will get the winner of Knicks Heat.
The Heat winning Game 1 on the road.
Heat winning Game 1 despite playing 4 against 5 for the last couple of minutes there with Jimmy Butler banged up because of that injury. In classic Jimmy Butler fashion. He didn't want to get taken out, but he played decoy. What I thought was weird too is that the Knicks didn't target Jimmy Butler on the offensive end.
They did not hunt him at all, and I would, if I was the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau, I would have just gone after Jimmy on every single play after he got hurt.
Yeah, for sure. So 50 people watching live on 76ers Now, 164 people watching live on Boston Celtics Today. We're nearly 2,000 people who have joined us throughout the night on our Celtics channel and the Sixers channel, a little bit newer, a little bit smaller. We've had about 600 people watching all throughout the night. DC, you got the Sixers winning. It's going to be the Sixers because it's 112-102. That's his score prediction. DC, subscribing and liking. We'd love to see that. Walter Miller, he's doing great work here, saying, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and you like the video. Be like Walter. For instance, we have 50 people watching live, 22 likes on 76ers Now. Where are you at? And then on Boston Celtics Today, 180 people watching live, 37 likes. You want to make this a crazier party? Let's bring some more people in here by liking the video. So after the Doc Rivers timeout, we're back in action here. Harden works off the PJ Tucker screen, drives left. He's now guarded by Jaylen Brown. Up top to DeAnthony Melton, who subs in. He hands it off to Tobias Harris. Harris guarded by Tatum. Floater, airballs it. Overshot the rim. Good defense there from JT. Smart, great bounce pass to Jaylen Brown. Backdoor cut, two-handed flush. He throws it down. Celtics up 22-19. Boston on a little bit of a run here. Harden switches on to Brogdon. Works off the McDaniels screen. Nice bounce pass to him. Good defense there from Robert Williams, though, to alter the shot from McDaniels. The trade deadline acquisition for Philly. Alley-oop from Tatum to Williams. Sixers, with the backdoor defense, they have struggled, and they've been awful against some of these great passes for Boston. All of them entry passes. 11-0 run for the Celtics over the last 2 minutes, 25 seconds and counting. Sixers need a bucket. Who do they turn to here? Harden. Drives through the lane. Reach-in foul on, I believe, Jaylen Brown.
Well, I said before the game that Harden still needs to be that distributor. Maybe I was wrong, and Harden just needs to be the primary scorer for the Sixers in this game.
Yeah. They're going to need like a historic Harden performance. And I had said, like, they can stick with that Celtics pace early. It's not sustainable because the Sixers aren't often used to maintaining that pace throughout 48 minutes. Harden, guarded by Grant Williams, who just subbed in. Step back from the right elbow. Got it to go again. Vintage Harden here. Against Brooklyn, he was awful finishing around the rim, but here he's lived in the mid-range and from deep. Jaylen Brown backs down P.J. Tucker. Tucker wanted an offensive foul, didn't get it.
They're just getting abused in the paint. They have Jalen McDaniels out there now, but they have no one at the 5 at the moment.
Harris in the corner, spin move off Smart, drives through the lane, and he dunks it home. Toby needed that bucket. He's looked uncomfortable here because of the length and the size of the Celtics, especially after Robert Williams subbed into the game. Brogdon, he's going to line up a 3. Bang, bang, he knocks it down. Celtics up by 6. Toby drives left. Grant Williams falls, kicks it out to McDaniels. His 3 off the mark. And I think Jaylen Brown tried to fetch that rebound, tip the ball up into the air. They're saying it's Celtics basketball? All right, they're going to reverse that call.
It clearly went out on Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. He tipped it up. I think it hit the back of the backboard there. George Niang will sub in for the Sixers. Look for the Celtics to really target him on the Celtics offensive end. So shot clock at 14. Harden up top. He switches on to Grant Williams. He likes this matchup. Let's see if he can cook. Gets by him, floater in the lane, over the outstretched hand of Robert Williams, and it gets it to fall. 29-25 Boston. Smart will drive, lob up to Robert Williams, and Coop, now that the Sixers' biggest player, I think, is Jaden McDaniels, the Celtics are really trying to put Robert Williams into some pick and roll situations.
Yeah.
And the Celtics are feasting.
As they should. With Williams, he can dominate in the paint.
Turnover Sixers. Smart to Brown to Grant Williams. P.J. Tucker and Williams hit the deck. Foul called on Tucker. We know that P.J. Tucker, he's a dog, never afraid to really get in the grill of anybody. But this is not good for Philly. This is when you don't have Joel Embiid, the Celtics are exploiting the mismatch on the interior.
That's why I think you kind of have to have Paul Reed or Montrezl Harrell in there.
Yeah. Or Dwayne Dedmon.
He stinks.
He stinks. But unfortunately, the Sixers have kind of devalued that backup center spot, which makes no sense given Joel Embiid's injury history. Good defense from Harden on Brogdon. Derek White, he's going to take a chance out of 3. That's off the mark. 31-25, Boston. Approaching 2 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Harden going to pull up from 3. Off the front rim, no good. Robert Williams skies for the rebound. Derek White will push the tempo, and what do you know? This has been the story here of the first quarter. Sixers struggling to get back in transition, but on these entry passes here, the Celtics have been terrific and the Sixers have been awful. 33-25, Boston on top. Under 2 to go. DeAnthony Melton, to his left to McDaniels. To Niang. He's going to drive baseline. Back out to Melton. 3-pointer, somehow got it to go. Didn't have a lot of time to gather himself. The feet not really in place, but Melton cans it. Brogdon, he's going to respond. He hits the 3, wide open. Nobody within 10 feet of Malcolm Brogdon there. Celtics up by 8. Harden's played this whole first quarter. He's going to need a breather to start the second. Double team now. Bounce pass to Niang, wide open. Sixers need him to get going, and that's a big triple there for Philly. Niang from the left wing.
You mentioned Harden getting a rest. I think Harden might go 48 tonight.
He might need to. Unfortunately, he's had that Achilles soreness. I don't know if he can. Plus, he was just in Las Vegas at the clubs the other night. Brown on the right wing. Oh, he's in his bag, playing with Niang's food, as one announcer would say on ESPN, Mark Jones. No good. Harden gets the screen from Reed. Euro step into the lane. No foul called. Harden tips it out. Brogdon, he picks up the loose change. 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Ugly floater in the lane from Brogdon. Doesn't matter. Gets it to go with the left. Now Harden picked up three-quarter court by Derek White. And White whistled for the foul. Now sometimes Harden's not going to get that call. Sometimes he will. Sometimes he won't. He does there. A little bit of a surprise. That's good defense there from White. So 14.2 seconds left here in the first quarter. Shot clock unplugged here. Sixers inbounding, just past half court. Paul Reed will take a seat as the Sixers go small here. It's Melton, Harden, Tobias Harris, George Niang, and Tyrese Maxey. Melton into Toby. Back out to Harden. Game clock at 10. He's double teamed. Behind the back pass to Niang. Three-pointer off the mark. Melton rebound to Maxey. Kick out to Toby at the horn. Off the side of the backboard. There was some daylight there for Tobias Harris, but hits it off the side of the backboard, and Bill Simmons is probably loving that right now. He called Tobias Harris a Tobias Harris all-star, meaning sometimes he just disappoints in some of these big games. The new ice cream? Is it good? I tried the ranch one the other day. It was terrible.
Dude, the cornbread one is...
All right, I got to try that.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was in there a little bit earlier. Yeah. Yeah. 60 on 76ers now. All right, so 60 people watching on 76ers now. 268 watching on Boston Celtics today. On Celtics today, look, you're up. Your squad is winning. So over the next minute, how many likes can we pick up on Boston Celtics today? Do you want to get that number to 300 people watching live?
Let's go.
Let's get to 100 likes here. We're 53 away. Smash that thumbs up icon. Like the video right now. Get in your bag. Tickle that thumbs up icon and like the video. One minute. Can we get to 100 likes? So some people are asking, AFX Apocalypse, the hell are you talking about ranch ice cream? Kira texted me, ranch ice cream? Yeah, so Jeremy likes this ice cream company that sells these weird ice cream flavors. So and we basically do that for Super Chats.
We had ranch, we had cornbread, and then what was the other one we had?
It was ranch,
carrot cake,
cornbread. Cornbread is it's like a maple honey cornbread.
All right. Carrot cake has to be pretty solid too, right?
No way.
Carrot cake's
good.
Dessert. It's good, but it's not a dessert.
It's better than ranch ice cream. The aftertaste on the ranch ice cream was bad. It was just bad. So 260 people watching live on Celtics today. Marsh Rowley, peace. 53 likes on Celtics today. 53 likes. Can we get to 100 likes? And then on 76ers now. 42 people watching live, 26 likes. Breaking action here between the first and second quarter. So stick with us. We'll be here for all four quarters, breaking it down post-game as well. Smash that thumbs up icon, like the video.
Kind of disappointed in the Philly Bulls right now.
Yeah, where the Philly homies at? Richard Lee. What's good, Richard? Richard, been too long since you and I have been able to talk basketball here.
Richard was on Rolly and I's Lakers play-in watch party. He was there. He sent in a couple super chats.
Richard Lee is one of our big NBA viewers at Chat Sports. And here's the deal, though. We might have a bigger audience on Celtics today than 76ers now, but 76ers now is beating Celtics today.
This is true.
In super chats. $6 to $0. And let's show them the super chat menu here, as this is very rare. Allie LaForce is interviewing Tyrese Maxey between quarters.
They've started doing this instead of coaches lately, just to mix it up a little bit.
Because coaches will say nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's crazy, too? Career against the Celtics for Maxey, 8 points per game, 34% shooting. He has And I mean has to step up and play better. So here's our Super Chat menu here. If anybody sends us a donation, we really appreciate your support. It helps us grow here at Chat Sports, and we do fun things. $5, you can ask us anything. $10, I'll crank out 10 push-ups. $20, we have Patron here. Every $100, beer bong. So on 76ers now, we're $94 away from doing a beer bong. On Celtics today, we're $100 away from doing a beer bong. Second quarter action, we're back on the floor for Philly. James Harden finally gets a rest. Maxey will run the point with D'Anthony Melton, Tobias Harris, Paul Reed, and George Niang. Maxey lined up against Robert Williams. Going to take him to the cup, blocked. At the end of that drive, he was double-teamed by Jayson Tatum and Robert Williams.
Oh, Casey Brooks!
Derek White kicks it out. Brogdon, his three, no good. Here come the Sixers, led by Toby. Thought about a three. Puts it on the floor. Guarded by Robert Williams, one of the best defensive bigs in the NBA. Kick out pass. Melton. Cash. D'Anthony Melton, one of the more underrated offseason acquisitions. I love that move from Daryl Morey. He's not scared in these big moments. And the Sixers the last couple of years had needed more guys like that and PJ Tucker. So Melton's triple brings the Sixers within 4. It's 38-34. And Casey Brooks,
Let's go.
first time Super Chatter here on Celtics Today. And it's the first ever Super Chat on this channel. Casey, we appreciate you. Celtics turn it over. Maxey in the open floor on Jayson Tatum. Contested drive. Kisses it off the glass and in. Maxey, hopefully that gets him going. 38-36 coup. Sixers finally defend an entry pass there. They tip it out of bounds. Maxey is the guy with that contagious energy who can get the Sixers going. And the turnover there allowed Maxey to get some momentum, and he drove it right on Jayson Tatum. That was an impressive finish there. 9 points off turnovers for the Sixers, 0 for the Celtics. Derek White, he's going to take a three. Just misses. Melton, left side. Oh, he cars through the lane. Touches it off the window and in. D'Anthony Melton, 5 big points in this second quarter. We're tied at 38. 9:48 to go here in the second. Tatum from 3. Got it. Casey Brooks, $10 Super Chat. Embiid don't even think the Sixers can beat Boston. He didn't look happy pregame, I'll tell you that. In the Balenciaga sweatshirt. Toby, near side. And he's going to connect from mid-range. He got that on Sam Hauser as he backed him down. Brogdon, tough drive, left side. He gets it to drop. 43-40 Boston. Maxey guarded by Hauser. Look for him to try to get into his bag. Passes it to Niang. Niang stripped by Derek White. White's a great defender. Brogdon into the corner to Hauser. Bad pass, though, so he has to go down low to Horford. Horford knew that Melton was on him, and he lays it in. Lawrence Talley, $2 Super Chat on 76ers now. So $10 on Celtics, $8 on Sixers. Maxey, floater, over Horford. Cash. 45-42. Great game one here so far. Joel Embiid out, but the Sixers this year 12-5 without his services. Tatum on Tobias Harris. Hand in his face, doesn't matter. Knocks down the triple. 48-42. Maxey can't get past Hauser. Gets some contact. Whistle silent. Paul Reed into the corner to Harris. Harris to Melton for 3. Yes! D'Anthony Melton, his third 3 of the game, second of this second quarter. Sixers shooting 56% from the floor. You'd think that they'd have the lead, right? The Celtics shooting 76% from the floor. Tatum now knifing through the lane. He finishes amongst the trees. Melton going to try his hand at a drive again. Blocked by Horford. Outlet pass. Tatum stripped by Harris. Foul called. Lawrence Talley, $2 on 76ers now. So $10 during the next commercial break. I'm going to have to do 10 push-ups. $10 equals 10 push-ups. Coop, I think what you're seeing too here without Embiid as Harden checks in, 5-minute rest for him. He played the whole first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Size advantage, Boston.
Oh, huge. I mean,
length advantage, Boston.
Definitely, especially when McDaniels isn't on the court. He provides them a lot of length for the Sixers, but the Celtics are decidedly bigger and longer than the 76ers right now without Embiid.
Tatum guarded by Maxey. Maxey's quickness can keep him in front of Tatum, but Tatum going to look to back him down. Spins off of him into the lane. No walk. No walk. No walk. I like how they're letting him play. Look, this is Sixers Celtics, man. Let the physicality roll. Celtics increasing their advantage to 7, 52-45. Melton scoop pass to Paul Reed. Can't find anywhere to go with the basketball. He goes up top to Harris. Shot clock at 3. Guarded by Horford. No chance. Great defense there from Horford. Tatum on Harden. Crosses him up. Foul called. That was a sick move. Kind of that inside-out dribble from Jayson Tatum on that cross-up. Now what? We have the under 7 timeout? Under 7 timeout. If you love the NBA, hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. 41 people watching live on 76ers now, 27 likes. 273 people watching live on Celtics today with 68 likes. Now 69. Very nice. How much? 31 away from 100 here. Hit that thumbs up icon and like the video here on Celtics today. Let's make this a larger audience. Break in action here so you're not missing anything. But if you don't have Underdog Fantasy, you are missing out. Promo code ChatSports at chatsports.com/underdog, the best fantasy sports app in the game. Keep the fantasy fun going with Underdog Fantasy, the simplest and most rapidly expanding fantasy sports app around. In their pick'em game, you can select between 2 and 5 players and predict if they'll achieve higher or lower stat totals in their upcoming games for a chance to score big. Plus, try out their rivals picks, Celtics Sixers, good time to do that, to pit 2 players against one another. Don't wait. Sign up using our promo code ChatSports to double up your first deposit up to $100 at chatsports.com/underdog. Use the promo code ChatSports. I'll put this link here in the chat on both 76ers Now and Celtics Today.
As our man Thomas Bridges coming in with the $2 super chat.
Thomas Bridges!
Let's go.
All right, there he is.
Pollock versus injured Embiid 1v1.
Yeah, this is an inside joke here. So Bill Pollock, he's a legend around these parts, versus an injured Embiid. 1v1, who you got? Might have to go Bill Pollock, man.
I don't get it.
Pollock might get the buckets. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
Tyler and Kira are the only ones who know about Bill Pollock.
Wow.
So Marshall said earlier, Kira texted me, she said, I'm cracking up that Marsh thinks carrot cake is a vegetable. Marsh said that carrot cake is not a dessert. Where do you stand on this?
Carrot cake is absolutely not a dessert.
He said it,
Kira, carrot cake stinks.
he didn't say it was just a vegetable. He said it was a salad.
He said it was a salad?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what it's like. I get where he's coming from. It's like in the same food group as a salad where it's like you eat that and then you have an entree. I think that's what carrot cake is.
But then what happens when you have like the cream inside the carrot cake? Is that just like a sweet dressing on the salad?
Yeah,
like
yes,
what?
Yes.
Marsh's argument was that the majority of the dish is vegetable, which it's not. The main core of carrot cake is cake.
Yes. No, I agree.
It is. It's cake.
It is a dessert, in my opinion.
I would never eat carrot cake as a dessert.
It might consist of carrots, but what happens if you have carrots doused in chocolate? Is it still a vegetable?
Would you eat that?
Yeah, it tastes good. Probably.
You are a guy that would try literally anything. I
Anything.
think.
Yes. Anything. So 40 people watching live on 76ers now and 243 people watching live on Boston Celtics today. And we're matched up at $10 in Super Chats. 10 on Celtics, 10 on Sixers. I owe you those 10 push-ups. Jaylen Brown got his pocket picked by P.J. Tucker. Back the other way is Harden. Lays it up amongst the trees and Marcus Smart and Jayson Tatum. Harden paced the Sixers with a monster first quarter. Unfortunately, the Celtics shooting more than 70% from the floor so far. Great pass from Smart to Tatum. Lays it in with the left.
We got another super chat coming in from Trizzy Trace.
Trizzy Trace.
Can't lose to Celtics and supers.
Oh, you love to see it. Celtics fans, are you going to respond to that?
Sixers took the lead.
Harden thought about a three. To his right to Toby. Toby into the corner to Maxey. Lines up at three. Back iron, no good. Maxey has to get going. 10 points per game in his career against Boston. Here comes Tatum. Swishes home a triple. Celtics up by 10. Now here's the thing about Boston. They play down to their competition. When they play the Sixers, there is no fear. Why? Sixers as an organization haven't beaten the Celtics in a playoff series since 1982. Harden, he's going to try his hand at a three, and he gets it to go. James Harden, an awesome first half here at TD Garden in Boston. 21 points and 2 dimes. Casey Brooks with 10.
Oh, let's go.
Brogdon into the lane. Down low to Robert Williams. Back out to Jaylen Brown. He gives it up to Brogdon. Brogdon makes Harden fall on the step back. Are they going to call a foul on Harden? Or is it offensive? What's the call here? Is it a block on Harden or is it offensive on Brogdon? I think they called it as a block on Harden, right? Yes. Side out of bounds for Boston. Shot clock obviously resets to 14. Tatum, he's been in his bag so far. What a pass down low. I mean, what a pass. Brogdon was wide open. Sixers defense has been atrocious.
Casey Brooks says, let's just make it 20.
$20 on Celtics today to $12 on 76ers now. Harden will drive. Looking to back down Brogdon. Step back jumper from the elbow. No good. Williams tips it out to Jaylen Brown. He's going to run the floor to Smart. Foul called before he lays it up. Foul will be called on the floor.
Been a great, knock on wood, been a great flow to this game so far. Not many foul calls, very fast paced. This is how playoff basketball should be. Williams with the floater in the lane, no good, but the rebound gotten by Williams. He threw it out of bounds, it looks like off Tucker. Or Brogdon threw it out of bounds, off Tucker. And the ball will remain with Boston.
So I just tweeted this out. You can give me a follow on Twitter at Chase_Senior. Feel free to interact with me. James Harden has been awesome in this first half. 21 points carrying the Sixers. However, Philly's defense on the entry passes and backdoor cuts has been awful. They're actually lucky, Coop, I believe, that they're only down by 9 points.
Yeah, it feels like they should be down a lot more, but Harden is just single-handedly carrying them.
Trizzy Trace, $10 super chat. Said, I bet you won't do it again, Casey. Go Sixers. All right. We have an arms battle between Trizzy and Casey. Tatum from way downtown. 30-plus feet. Bang! Are you kidding me? Tatum pushes the Celtics lead to 12. Biggest lead in the game. Sixers need a bucket badly. Harden up top. Shot clock at 8 and counting. Slings it over to his right to Melton. Melton again! Coop, that's his 4th-3 of the game.
He's not known for being a three-point sniper, but he is picking up the slack tonight, and Melton and Harden are keeping the Sixers in the game.
Under 3 to go here in the first half. Tatum to Smart. Smart guarded by Reed. Entry pass down low to Tatum, goes out of bounds. Lucky break there for the Sixers. My gosh, Tatum.
Look where he pulled up
He's
from.
not a guy who has that much range, or at least displays that much range. That's about as deep as you'll see Jayson Tatum take a 3.
Ridiculous.
All right, so I now have to do
20 push-ups.
No,
40.
40 push-ups right now?
Are you going to do it?
I have to. Thomas Bridges with 5 on Celtics today. So now, $35 in Super Chats on Celtics, $22 on 76ers. Now, here's what I'll do. Regardless of what channel it is, if anybody sends in a $50 Super Chat, I'm going to shotgun a beer, and it's going to be faster than any 40-yard dash at the NFL Scouting Combine this year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Casey
$50
Brooks!
Super Chat, I got y'all. Casey Brooks, just like my boy Tatum, cash. Is that 50 push-ups?
Yes.
50 push-ups.
It is.
3 10s from Casey, right?
Yes.
And then a 10 from Trizzy.
Correct.
So that's 40, right? 10?
I thought we were doing every 10, or are we just
every
doing
10.
10s?
Every 10. Every 10 is 10. So 50, right?
That's what, yeah.
All right, put the camera on me real quick. Let me knock these out.
All right.
1,
I'm going to get
two,
the camera on Chase
3,
real quick.
4,
Here he
5,
goes.
6,
You see him.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
No one else is
12,
doing this.
13, 14.
Who else
15,
is doing this?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
21.
21, 22, 23. Is the game back on?
Nope.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32.
Is he slowing down,
33,
ladies and
34,
gentlemen?
35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
He's slowing down.
Game's still not on, right?
Nope.
All right, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can do it.
5 more.
5 more.
6,
Think of Goggins.
7, 8, 9. I'm going to hold this one at the end.
Let's go.
I'm
Let's
legit
go.
sweating. Oh, $50. Let's go.
Let's go.
Jay McD.
Are you kidding me?
Celtics all the way this year.
Oh my goodness. It's popping off.
It's popping off, baby. Do a weigh-in two now.
Oh yeah.
Can the 76ers now homies show up and show out here?
Wow.
I'm out of breath.
You did 50 push-ups right there.
50.
That was absurd.
AFX, that is not 50 more. That's for a shotgun.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm great.
Let's go.
I already worked out today, so I'm a little bit tired. But the 50 straight, let's go. All right, so we're up to $85 in Super Chats on Celtics today.
Can you believe it?
84 to 22. So again, if somebody on 76ers now wants to match with the 50, that's another shotgun here. It's another shotgun.
Did you see what Thomas Bridges said in the Celtics chat?
What did he say?
You have to read it.
Oh, that's good. He wants teacher to do some push-ups.
That's good stuff.
So we're back. Under 3 to go. Harden Slow pace past half court, trying to buy some space into the lane, pass to Paul Reed. Up and under layup is good. That's Paul Reed's first bucket. So Reed gets the deuce. Sixers down by 7. Celtics come right back. Horford 3. Back iron. Off the mark. Maxey pulls down the rebound. Got it tipped away by Derek White, but Anthony Melton picked it up. Maxey left side. Crossover dribble. Baseline. Spins it back out. Goes to Reed. Reed. Handoff. Maxey to Melton. Again! Yes! DeAnthony Melton has it going on in Boston! 62-58. Melton with 17, 6 of 8 shooting. Can the Celtics answer? White, handoff to Tatum, across the lane, mid-range, no good. Paul Reed skies for the rebound. Melton near side, works off the screen from Reed. Bounce pass, Reed off the glass on Horford, and the Sixers are down by 2. Mazzulla wants the Celtics to increase the pace here. Horford guarded by Harden. Into the corner to White. White guarded by Harden. Up top to Brown. Brown entry pass. Horford, and he had his arm grabbed by Maxey. Good defensive play there by Maxey to slow things down. Shot clock at 8 for Boston. 1:11 on the game clock. Trizzy calling me Chase Goggins. I was thinking about him. Shot clock resets to 10. Great spin move. Tatum on Reed. Oh, Tatum loses it. Good defense by Reed.
What a response here from the Sixers, who were down, was it 12?
It was 12.
Within 2. Chance to take the lead.
A minute left. Melton into the lane. Off the window. No good. Reed with the rebound. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Finds Maxey. Maxey in the corner. He's going to drive into the lane. Stops. Twirls around to Harden. Harden along the baseline. Mid-range jumper. P.J. Tucker extends the possession. He tried to get it to Melton, but it was tipped away. Turnover, Philly. Game clock at 36. Shot clock at 19. Brown will drive on Tucker, and he's fouled. Either on Tucker or Paul Reed came over to help. Make sure you subscribe to the channel here. 76ers now by Chat Sports. Boston Celtics today. 281 people watching on Celtics. 83 likes though. You gotta hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. Let's at least get to 100 likes before halftime here. Shouldn't take that long. Plenty of people watching. And on 76ers now, what are we shooting for? 56 people watching live, 35 likes. Can we get to 50 likes before halftime? If you like the show, the entertainment, the play-by-play, the analysis, and the breakdowns, like the video. Walter Miller, he said, you already know, like that video. Smash that button. Jaylen Brown, good on the first free throw. Game clock paused at 30.8. Shot clock, obviously, for the Sixers is going to be 24 seconds as Brown goes 2 of 2 from the line there. Harden, picked up by Marcus Smart right around the free throw line. He crosses half court. About a 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here. Harden, near side. Double team, bounce pass, Melton out to a wide open Harris for 3. Yes! Sixers within 1. 64-63. 9.9. Shot clock, of course, unplugged. Tatum, slow dribble past half court. Guarded by Harris. Gets by him. Into the lane. Layup. Good. 0.2 seconds on the clock. Harden throws it all the way up to Melton, who throws it up. No good. That was interesting, though. Tatum.
Wouldn't have counted because you need at least 0.3.
That's right. It was 0.2, right?
Yep.
So 40 points in the paint tonight for the Celtics. Most in any half this season. That is absurd. So 40 points in the paint for the Celtics in that first half. Of course, that's not sustainable for the Sixers, but my goodness, they did a great job responding there to close out the half. They were down by 12 with just 2+ minutes to go, and they make it a 3-point game at halftime here. 3 likes away from 100 there on Celtics today. We're up to 37 likes on 76ers. Now, stay tuned. Halftime show coming up. And then once Coop is able to give some shout-outs here, I'm going to shotgun that beer for that $50 super chat, which will be faster than any 40-yard dash from the NFL Scouting Combine. That one came in from Jay McD, who sent in the 50. Guaranteed.
What was the fastest 40 time at the Combine this year?
4.3 by Devon A-Chain, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm shooting for anything below that.
DJ Turner,
what did he run? 4.32. Devon A-Chain was like a 4.36 maybe. So DJ Turner, fastest 40 at the NFL Scouting Combine. Shout out Sammy Brown for that one. So Coop, you give some shout outs.
Alrighty.
I'll go get a happy dad, and we'll do that shotgun.
Let's get it. We can run through some halftime stats here as well as the Celtics take a 3-point lead to the dressing room. James Harden, 21 points in the first half, 9 of 14 from the field. DeAnthony Melton, 17 points, 5 3-pointers, and a very nice 6 of 9 from the field. Tobias Harris with 11 on 5 of 9 from the field for the Celtics. Jayson Tatum leads the way with 26 points and 4 rebounds, 11 of 14 from the field. Jalen Brown, 16 points and 3 rebounds. Malcolm Brogdon, 14 points and 2 boards. Been a great game so far. And we can take a look at the team stats as well as Chase returns. Chase, this has been a great shooting game, I believe, for both teams.
Yeah. Look, the Celtics, they have it going on from the floor, Coop, and you can keep these numbers up, keep that in preview, but it's a pretty impressive offensive first half for both teams, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Sixers in that first half, led by James Harden, they shot 55% from the floor. If I would have told anybody that prior to the game, anybody would have taken that if you're a Sixers fan without Joel Embiid. 11 of 19 from deep. That's good for nearly 58%. Here's the issue, is that the Sixers defense was awful, Coop, on the entry passes, and how many vacant lanes were there from cutters and backdoor cuts? That was a massive problem.
There were a lot of backdoor cuts from the Celtics that led to easy buckets. They got a lot of alley-oops that were uncontested.
In transition as well.
Exactly, and just because the Sixers couldn't handle the size of Robert Williams, especially when they didn't have Paul Reed out there on the floor.
There was a moment when Paul Reed sat, and they had a lineup with P.J. Tucker and George Niang in the front court.
And
from that
Jalen
point,
McDaniels.
And Jane McDaniels. And from that point, the Celtics were really just exploiting that mismatch. So for Tatum, look, you have to imagine, he's going to go off a lot in this series. He's had the Sixers number when they've faced off head-to-head. Nearly 79% from the floor, 26 points. He's in a Steph Curry bag. Jalen Brown was 16. Malcolm Brogdon, I thought he was really good on both ends of the floor with 14. For the Sixers, James Harden was really good. DeAnthony Melton really good. Then you look at the team-by-team comparison here. I think the Sixers are lucky to be down by 3 at 66-63, considering how bad their defense was, their lack of size, and how hot the Celtics were. Now, the numbers are not just because the Celtics are hitting contested shots. They're not just shooting 74% because of that. They're shooting 74% because the Sixers have had a lot of bad defensive miscommunication, and then also in transition, they have struggled to plug some of those lanes. How about DeAnthony Melton, though? We're talking pregame about how James Harden needs to step up. You got that from James Harden in Game 1. Tough place to play, TD Garden. You needed Tyrese Maxey to show up. He hasn't really, nor has Tobias Harris outside of that late 3. It's been DeAnthony Melton who's been that guy. 17 points, 5 of 5 from 3 in that first half, 6 of 9 shooting there.
Nice.
And then for James Harden, distributing the basketball, he hasn't passed it to his league-leading assist caliber numbers, right? But he's had to shoulder the offensive load, which is why he's taken those 14 shots.
Yeah, I think Harden's been really impressive in this game so far. He knew what he had to do in this game, and like I said, I can fully admit I was wrong. I thought Harden didn't have to change his game, but as it turned out, he had to be the primary scorer for the Sixers tonight, and he's done just that. with 21 points and a big help, obviously, from DeAnthony Melton.
Buggin, really funny comment there on Celtics today. We're talking about backdoor cuts. He said backdoor blondie. Pause.
Whoa. What do you mean by that?
Mark Dean. He's also in the chat. Let's see, who else? MLTB Forever saying, let's go Celtics. On Philadelphia 76ers now, a new spike in audience. Please subscribe to the show. Hitting that sub button down below. We have a dual stream going on right now and a great competition. Celtics channel, Sixers channel, and great numbers on both considering where both channels are here. Celtics today, $85 in Super Chats here.
Huge.
76ers now, $22 in Super Chats.
Tobias Harris, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in the half so far.
5 of 9, actually better than I thought.
Yeah, he missed that one where he almost airballed it, but other than that, he has been quite good.
Yeah, end of the first quarter horn, he had that somewhat open three-pointer. He hit it off the side of the backboard. But really the story in this game for Boston is Jayson Tatum. And then the story for the Sixers is James Harden. Tatum with 26, Harden with 21. It looks as though Harden turned back the clocks here. He needed to do that. The issue here, Coop, if you remember in the first round against Brooklyn, he went off. He was great from 3. The rest of that series, it didn't look as though he could sustain that energy. So we'll see as we move forward in this series, past game 1, if he can sustain that energy a little bit.
What, he sat the first 7 minutes of the second quarter, I believe?
5.
5? Okay,
Yeah,
he's at
after
the first 5
playing the
minutes.
entire first quarter.
So he sat the first 5 minutes, after playing the entire first quarter, which means he played 19 minutes in the first half. I expect him to play at least 19 minutes in the second half, if not more. He's going to have to play 40-plus minutes for the Sixers to even have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, now is the time. Jay McD with the $50 super chat a little bit earlier. I already did my 50 push-ups for all of the 10s that came in, and now it's time to do the $50 shotgun here for Jay McD on Boston Celtics today. So we can pop up that super chat.
Let me pop that up real quick as we take a look at Malcolm Brogdon as well.
Brogdon, 14 points, hit a couple of step back, mid-range jimmies, couple of threes, two of 3 for Coop, the 6th man of the year this year.
Yes, he was
Malcolm
the 6th man of the year, beat out Emmanuel quickly, among others. He's having a great season, and he's fit right into that Celtics culture.
And now,
it's time!
It's time! Jay McD, I had said earlier, look, you send in a $50 super chat to support the show. Shotgun and a beer faster than any 40-yard dash at the NFL Scouting Combine. I guaranteed it, right? The fastest 40 was 4.33. All right? I have to beat that number.
I'll pop it up.
So, Coop, you have to get the shot clock out.
And
don't misfire, because that's happened before.
No misfire.
Off the crack to when I'm done.
On the crack.
On the crack is when you start the clock.
Yes.
And then when I get done, that's when you stop it. Now, I'm going Happy Dad here. I've shotgunned some Happy Dads in the past. Usually it's a little bit easier with like a Coors Light or a Miller Light. Nowadays, Bud Light is shadow banned, but let's go Happy Dad shotgun here for Jay McD. Thank you for your donation.
We appreciate you, Jay McD.
If somebody sends in another 50, I'll do another one for you. I wasn't planning on doing this going into this watch party, but shoot. Sometimes
if we want to get crazy, we'll get crazy.
The adrenaline gets going. All right, here we go. On the crack.
On the crack. Here we go. And he's going. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way. I need to feel the can. It's out.
Empty.
3.62.
3.62.
I got it right here. You can see it.
3.62 for Jay McD.
Wow.
Bad
You
decision wearing
it.
the gray shirt, but
Did he get a little on you?
that just happens.
Yeah, that's okay.
Condensation.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, man.
As we got another super chat from the Doggy Duo.
The Doggy Duo!
$2 super chat who says Philly all the way.
Hey, the Doggy Duo, big viewer on Philadelphia Eagles now. He claims he's a 3rd grader. He claims that his teacher was watching night 1 of the NFL draft when we were live on Eagles Now. And here he is again, supporting the show. Doggy Duo. Thank you, my guy.
Appreciate it.
More shout outs to those of you in the comment section here, and then we want you to shout out who you got. Mark Dean, Arlo, Jay McD, and Felipe Saragoza. All in the chat on Celtics Today. And then on 76ers Now, the Doggy Duo, Thanks Name, AFX Apocalypse, all in the chat. AFX, I did do a dual stream on Eagles and Niners for the NFC Championship game.
It did happen.
Broke records for views on both, and it was awesome. So who you got in game one? Let's get the comment section going once again. If you're not in Boston at TD Garden, this is where you make some noise. Let's go. Make some noise in the chat here.
Almost 400 people watching on Celtics Today. Almost 50 people watching on Sixers Today. Be sure to subscribe to the channels. We cover these teams better than anyone else, plain and simple.
I agree. And with the offseason coming up, it's a great time to subscribe right now, because then when you subscribe, what happens? Then you get to stay in the know with what we do during some of the peak times of the NBA calendar. We're talking free agency. We're talking the NBA draft.
The
latest
NBA
rumors.
offseason is lit.
Yes, it is. NBA offseason, the peaks of it, actually, we do better numbers NBA content than some football content,
Absolutely.
which is crazy because the NFL dominates the landscape in America. All right. Taking a look at our sub numbers here. We're up to 14,337 subscribers on Celtics Today. Give me a moment.
You said 357?
We're up to 14,337
37.
subs. And then, what was the figure? Had it in here somewhere, I think. Oh, wow. We picked up 30 new subscribers on Celtics Today so far. And then on 76ers Now, taking a look at the numbers here. Uno momento. Taking a look. 8 new subscribers on 76ers Now. Let's go. So if you haven't subscribed, do so right now for year-round coverage on both of these teams. Thanks Name said you missed the hoop because Daddy wasn't there. Who's Daddy? Me?
Are you Daddy?
Am I Daddy? Casey Brooks saying we got this. Celtics up by 3. It's currently halftime. Who you got? Who you got? Arlo said Celtics. Chris Tiddell said Sixers. If you're a Sixers fan watching on Celtics Today, we're live on 76ers Now. If you're a Celtics fan watching on 76ers Now, we're live on Boston Celtics Today. So you can be with your respective fan base here. So here's a look at the sub battle here. 8,851 on 76ers Now. We just launched this channel, what was it? 2 off seasons ago, I believe. Yes, 2 off seasons ago when the Ben Simmons drama was hot.
He's a Steph.
Celtics Today, he's an all-time Steph. I think Sixers fans and Celtics fans can agree that Ben Simmons is a fraud. And Celtics, that channel's been around a little bit longer. We're up to 14,337. Subscribe, make the right choice. The Doggy Duo likes the Sixers to win. Gabe, cheering on the Sixers from Japan.
Let's go, Gabe.
Yeah, AFX. 76ers Now is a newer channel, as we said. People watching from Japan. Let's do that. Where are people watching from? Third quarter is about to begin. Let's get the comment section going once again here. Bud, you won me over with the shotgun. Another $50, I'll do another one. What was it, 3-6?
362. Faster than a dog. Jay Sr., the king of shotguns around here at Chat Sports.
Hey, got to make it happen.
One way or another. Whoa, pause.
What?
Rogello says, Jay Harden, they need your load by Sixers in this game.
That can be interpreted a couple of different ways.
Aaron says,
that's a good point. Read what Aaron said.
Yeah. Seems like a regular season game. Defenses are terrible.
Yeah.
Without Joel Embiid, the Sixers defense is non-existent. And then James Harden and DeAnthony Melton are getting basically whatever they want.
$2 super chat coming in on Sixers. Rolly Sherwood Lovehead.
I bet he would.
I'm sure he would.
Let's go Sixers.
Let's
Steal
go
game
Sixers.
one.
Steal game one. Hashtag real one. What is that profile picture?
That's of Grown Ups. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
That's what that's from.
Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Rolly Sherwood.
Rolly Sherwood. We have people watching from the Dominican Republic on Celtics Today. That one coming in from Erickson Rodriguez. Antonio is in Republica Dominica. Casey Brooks is in Kentucky. Intelligent Man watching from India
Let's go.
on 76ers Now. Let's see. Nish watching from London. Walter Miller, Philly. Nish, London again. Celtics turn it over. Here come the Sixers. We're back. We're running. Third quarter action underway. Harden guarded by Horford. Little jab step. Three-pointer. Short. Paul Reed fights for the rebound. Tosses it to Harden. Saves the possession. Gives the Sixers another shot. Harden to Toby. Back iron. Too strong. Ball goes out of bounds. That's Sixers basketball. Tatum was fighting for that rebound, and he lost it out of bounds. Sixers regained possession there after losing it briefly. Rolly in Iran. Inbounds pass to Reed. He has to climb the ladder for it. Gives it up to Harden. Harden in the lane. Spin move on Brown. Lost the basketball. Then it's tipped out of bounds. Marcus Smart, an unnecessary dive. He just wanted to show people that he puts effort in.
That was a completely unnecessary dive from Smart.
Classic from Marcus. Spam Marcus in the chat if you love Marcus Smart on Celtics Today. Maxey. Shot clock. Half a second. It's going to be a shot clock violation. See, because that ball took forever to go out of bounds, the shot clock had a couple seconds taken off of it. Dwindled down because of that.
You like Smart's hair?
I do. He always does it for the playoffs,
Oh, yeah.
right? Tatum up top. No buckets in the first minute of this third quarter. If you watch the first half, that's a surprise. Smart, another good bounce pass to Al Horford. Skyhook, gets it to fall. Another pass down low in the trenches that the Sixers could not defend. They were terrible in that area in the first half. Harden up top, guarded by Smart. Oh, he gave up his dribble. Sends it to his right to Harris, to P.J. Tucker. He's basically a zero offensively, but he's a grit and grind guy. Harden into the lane, back iron, doesn't get the bounce. Celtics back the other way. Boston moving left to right in the second half. Sixers right to left. It was the opposite, obviously, in the first half. Smart, spin move on Reed. No good. Good defense from Reed. On the floor for Philly, it's Harden, Harris, Reed, Maxey, Tucker. They're starting five. Harris into the lane. Pure. Sixers back down by 3, 68-65. We've only had 4 points here in the first 2 minutes. It was a frenetic pace in the first half. Tatum into the lane, hangs in the air, gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
A lot slower to start this quarter.
Lot slower pace to start this quarter. Subscribe for more NBA videos on Celtics Today and 76ers Now. Tatum this season, 74 games, averaged 30 points per game. Career high for him in the scoring department. Embiid was the NBA's leading scorer at around 33 points per game. Tatum, cash on the first, sends it home on the second. Sixers back down by 5, Coop, 70-65. Maxey brings it up, guarded by Tatum. The thing with Maxey against Boston, why he's continued to struggle, as he knocks down a three right there. Heard me talking about him. Is that the Celtics have a lot of length and multiple defenders that they can send Maxey's way. Brogdon, Smart, Tatum, Brown, as Tatum drives, misses the layup, but then tips it in. Good second effort from him. Bad second effort from Philly. And that's why Maxey, he's below 35% from the field and 3 against Boston in his career. But here he goes. What an acrobatic scoop shot off the window from Maxey. 5 straight points for him. Now he has the steal. Maxey back the other way. Thought about a 3. He'll pull up. Long 2. Too strong. Outlet pass from Tatum to Brown. Hop step into the lane. Harden hits it off the leg of Brown. Sixers get it back, down by 2. Against Brooklyn, if you remember, that's when Maxey started to find his groove. Can he do that again here? Maxey, good pass to Paul Reed, streaking down the lane, and he dunks it home. We're tied. 72.
Let's go.
What a ball game here. Tatum to his left to Smart. He's guarded by Harris. Now guarded by Harden. Harden gives way as the Celtics pass it around a little bit. Derek White corner 3 off the mark. Harden, far right side, guarded by Smart. Looking to back him down by the Coinbase logo. Into the lane. He was awful around the rim against Brooklyn. Coop, that's a good sign that he got that one to fall. Sixers take the lead, 74-72.
I think Harden's feeling good. He had the not the sprained ankle, but he had the little scare earlier in the game where Smart stepped on him.
Twice. He still hit the 3 on both occasions.
But it seems like he's moving just fine, and he's being assertive. He is just what the Sixers need right now.
If you're a hockey fan, Rangers Devils.
Yes, what's the score in that? I need to know.
0-0 at the end of the first period. 1:43 left in the first period. Is that the first Sixers lead since 2-0?
I believe it is.
Let's take a look here.
I believe it is the first Sixers lead.
You can give some shout-outs in the meantime here.
Yep, I'll give some shout-outs.
Take a look.
On our Celtics channel, we have Mike, we have IDM, we have Arlo, we have Carmelito, we have Rogello, we have Zayden, we have Mike again, and then on our 76ers channel, we have AM, we have Lion Fighter, we have Thanks Name, Walter Miller, Nish watching from London. We have Lawrence Talley, Walter Miller, AFX Apocalypse, everybody watching all around the world.
So Sixers up 74-72, Coop. It's the Sixers' first lead since they were up 19-18, because that's when Harden had scored like 12 of the team's first 17 points. So right in that period, that's when the Sixers last led. That was around the 5.5-minute mark of the first quarter. And now the Sixers are back up on top. We have a break in action here from TD Garden, Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Sixers on top by 2. And if you want to stay on top of your fantasy gaming, do so with Underdog Fantasy. 100% deposit match. Only if you use our link, though. Chatsports.com/underdog, promo code CHATSPORTS. You can double your first deposit with Underdog Fantasy. We're excited to announce our new advertising partner here, the premier destination for NBA fans looking to play fantasy sports for real money. With the wide range of games that includes daily drafts, season-long best ball, and player pick'em, Underdog Fantasy is something for everyone. Don't miss your chance to win big and experience their user-friendly platform. World-class customer service, and easy withdrawals. Chatsports.com/underdog, 100% deposit match if you use the promo code CHATSPORTS. Now here's what Coop and I decided to do right before the game.
We're screwed on Harden.
We're screwed on Harden. This was 31.5 combined points and assists. This is good news for the Sixers, bad news for us, is because James Harden already has 23 points and 4 dimes. So he's at 27 of the 31.5. Not looking good.
Dead.
Tyrese Maxey, though, 7.5 rebounds and assists. So far for Maxey, 2 assists, 1 rebound. So 3 total.
Still time.
Still time for that. Jayson Tatum, we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it on Jayson Tatum. 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Tatum already has 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. So that's
39.
39. Looking good there. Jalen Brown lower than 28.5 points and assists. That's going to be close. 16 points, 2 assists. So that's 18 combined. Harden into the lane. Lost the rock. Got it back. Then pickpocketed by Jalen Brown. Brown to Smart. Smart down low. Foul called. I believe it's going to be a shooting foul on P.J. Tucker on Jalen Brown. Rocking the mask because of that orbital fracture. The good mask. Jalen Brown is 6 of 7 from the field. 16 points, 6 rebounds. Here's the first free throw. Got it to go. And he's good on the second. So we're back tied, 74-74. Coop, what I'm looking for here, we've been talking about Harden's stamina, not just throughout the course of a series, but in a game.
Yep.
He played the entire first quarter, much of the second. Can he continue this pace here?
I think he's going to play all of the third and then sit a little bit in the fourth, but they're going to have to bring him back quick. Wow, he gets the bounce.
He gets the bounce on the baseline jumper. It hit back iron, went sky high, then dropped back in. Sixers back up by 2. Horford for 3. Too strong. P.J. Tucker corrals the rebound. Drops it off for Maxey. Under 7 to go here in the third frame. Maxey switches on to Derek White. Scoop shot off the window. Little kiss off the glass and in. 78-74. Sixers on top. They're 12-5 without Joel Embiid this year. Tatum to Smart. Off the right wing. His three-pointer off the mark. Tobias Harris dribbles back the other direction. Now he resets to James Harden. Shot clock at 14. Guarded by Brown. Right at the Celtics trademark logo. Harden for 3! Too much effort on that one. Al Horford with the rebound. Tatum, guarded by Tucker. Down low to Jalen Brown. Guarded by Maxey. Makes Maxey fall. Maxey holding his knee. Not good. He's going to try to get up. Hopefully that's knee to knee there for Maxey. And if you play sports, you play hoop, you know that's a really painful injury if you go knee to knee there. Joel Embiid obviously already out. Harden, he's going to drive. Stripped. Foul called. And now Harden's down. Let's see what happened here. Oh, I think it was knee to knee. Jalen Brown on Tyrese Maxey. And then what was the foul call here? All right, good foul call on Marcus Smart. He got a piece of Harden there. Maxey checks out of the game. Going to put some ice on that knee real quick. Doesn't look to be serious, but like I said, just knee contact. 407 people watching live on Celtics today. If you haven't subscribed, do so right now. We have boss man James Yoder in the chat. James Yoder typing chat. Harden's first free throw rattles home. 114 likes. Here's what we do. We like to have fun here on the stream. Harden grabbing his knee as well. It's playoff basketball. Maxey's limping around.
Is he going to the locker? Is he going to the locker room or is he walking around?
In 2 minutes on Celtics today, if we get to 200 likes, we're at 114 right now. I'm pouring up the first Patron shot here. Or if you send in a $20 super chat before that on any of these streams, Patron shot for you. Harden, 2 of 2 from the stripe. Sixers up 80-77. Tatum far side, guarded by Melton. He checks in for Maxey. Tatum, Euro. Good defense by Paul Reed on the recovery. Sixers push the tempo. Harden to his left. Melton. He carves through the lane. Passes it to Toby in the corner. Jab step right. Goes left. Down low to Reed. Tipped out of bounds. Sixers retain possession. Maxey going to go on the bike here to loosen up that knee and keep it loose. 80 likes away from 200 here on Celtics Today. 400 people watching live. I thought you cared about your basketball team. 80 likes away from 200. One more minute to do that, then we're taking shots of Patron to celebrate this awesome game one. Harden from the corner off the inbounds pass. Cashes it home from distance. James Harden for three. Sixers up by 6. That's 30 points for Harden. 12 of 20 shooting. Smart. Floater. Got it. Sixers up by 4. 83-79. Melton will bring it up now to spell Harden. He's looking Harden's direction. Harden wants him to keep the rock. I think Harden needs a breather. Played the whole first quarter. He's played the whole third. Melton drops it off for Harden. Guarded by Brown. Twirls off him with the spin move. Into the lane. Step back jumper. Too short. Landing space affected once again. That's classic Harden though. Tatum takes the feed. Into the lane. Foul. So we're $15 away from $100 in Super Chats on Celtics Today. Give me a follow on Twitter if you want to interact with me here. At Chase_senior. Appreciate all of the support. Love all the interaction. Tatum's first free throw. It's good. Let's show them the Super Chat battle here. Can we get to $100 in Super Chats on Celtics Today for the first ever live show that we have done? That'd be pretty awesome. We're at 85 Celtics, 26 Sixers. Couple of substitutions here we'll get you caught up on after this Tatum free throw. He hit the first. It's going to be Harden, Melton, George Niang, Paul Reed, PJ Tucker for the Sixers. 2-point game for the Celtics. Brogdon, Williams, Hauser, Tatum, Smart. Melton was perfect on threes in the first half. Here he takes another one. That's his first miss from distance. Critical minutes here for the Sixers. Got to close the third strong. Can't allow a Celtics run. Tatum, left hand, no good. Williams tip, rims out. Sixers going to come back the other way with some pace. Melton then slows it up. Harden up top. He's going to direct traffic here. He gets Hauser on the switch. Kenny Cook through his legs. Step back three. Can't hit it. If you're subscribed to both of our channels, type me here. Ariel, shout out to you. Smart, near side, up top to Williams. Gets it back from Williams. Double teamed here. Look out for the lob to Williams. They try to go to it. Good defense there from Philly. I believe it was George Niang who tipped it away. Harden guarded by Brogdon. He needs a breather bad. And Doc's going to call a timeout. He understands this is a critical stretch here. Harden needs a breather.
Badly.
Maxey's out. You have DeAnthony Melton as the other ball handler here. The pace has been frenetic all throughout the night. So I like the timeout here from Doc Rivers. With 3:03 left, you're up by 2. And if you're gassed, that could open up the door for a Celtics run. Let's pause it here. That's what Doc Rivers is doing.
It's good coaching from Doc.
YB Edits typing me. He's subscribed. Walter Miller is subscribed. How about on 76ers now? Chase Brewer Jr. Hey, Chase Sr. I'm Chase Sr. How about it?
We like
Chase
it.
Brewer Sr. is Chase Sr. and I'm Chase Sr. Nice.
On Celtics, we have Damian D'Antonio, Casey Brooks. Let's go. All type in me. They are subscribed.
Trent, did you turn on a second mic? It's balls.
That's my mic.
It's Coop's mic. It's me and Coop. It's the Coop and Chase show. So 85 in supers. Let's show that once again. I want to hit that. 85 in supers on Boston Celtics today. 26 on 76ers now. And we did this a little bit earlier with the 50 that came in. I said, you know what? $50 super chat. I'll shotgun a beer. And it'll be faster than any 40-yard dash at the NFL Scouting Combine. 3-6 was the tally. Another 50 here on either channel. I'll do it again. AFX. Chase Sr. meets Chase Sr.
We love it. The doggy duo spamming me. Mr. Awesome Guy says, let's go Six us. Got a great game here so far. Just continuing the greatness of round one, because round one was fantastic. I'm hoping this round two can be equally as good. So far, so good. Chase Sr. Jr. will love this story, AFX Apocalypse says.
That's good stuff right there.
King J says, nah, Celtics. Let's go. Kevin Mazur says, Philly, Philly.
Philly, Philly. 423 people watching live on Celtics. 11,000 views throughout the night. And we have 50 people watching on 76ers. Now, we're trying to grow both these channels here. Just started Sixers about a year and a half ago, I believe. And then Celtics now been in the running for a little while. Celtics today, more than 14,000 subscribers. 76ers now closing in on 10,000 subscribers.
The doggy duo asked a question, so I put it up. Who you got winning?
Coop and I went Celtics in game one just because the Sixers don't have Joel Embiid. But you have to applaud the effort here tonight. And Coop, this is also why a game one victory would be massive for Philadelphia.
Oh, it would be huge.
Sit Joel Embiid again.
You could, yes. If the Sixers win this game, Joel Embiid will not see the floor in game two.
He will not see the floor in game two. You can basically throw that game away, 1-1 headed back to Philly.
Exactly.
Most career 30-plus point playoff games. Harden with 46. This is ridiculous, Coop. LeBron leading the way with 118. All right, we're back in after the timeout. Harden 30 points on 12 of 22 shooting. He's still in the game, though. Harris will drive on Smart. Mid-range pull-up. No good. Smart kind of gave him a body to alter the shot a bit. Tatum will drive, then he'll back it back out to Smart, who's going to slow down the tempo. Tatum, pump fake, into the corner. Hauser, off the mark on the three. Ball goes out of bounds. So Jayson Tatum somewhat silent here in this second half.
Yeah, he's been quiet in this third quarter so far. We'll see what happens in the fourth, but the Sixers have done a good job.
83-81, Sixers on top, 2:34 left. Sixers are playing their asses off tonight without Joel Embiid. And Harden playing his ass off without Embiid. 30 points so far. Guarded by Brown. Looking to get some space off the Paul Reed pick. Then he sends him away. Shot clock at 8. It's going to be a classic step back Harden 3, isn't it? He's on Brogdon. Dribble through the legs. Step back. That was ugly. He had to hang in the air. Lost track of the basketball. He's getting a little bit frustrated. But look, this is my thing. You're getting frustrated with your teammates seemingly. I don't know that for a fact. You're dribbling the ball down until 6 in the shot clock. You're guarded by Brogdon, who's an excellent defensive player, and you're going to settle for a step-back 3.
That's what James Harden does. And now he takes a rest along with Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart checks out. Maxey's back in. That's a good sign. Brogdon, he was great in the first half. Finds Twine again, right around the free throw line. He connects. We're tied at 83-83. Last 2 minutes here in this third going to be telling. Harris works off the Reed pick. Pull up from mid-range, rims out. Reed fights for the rebound, can't get it. Celtics going to push the pace. Brogdon, dribble through the legs, drive. Got it to go. Celtics back on top by 2. 1:30 left. crucial 90 seconds here for the Sixers. They've maximized so far. Maxey from 3. No good. Ball tipped out of bounds by Williams. Shot clock will reset to 14. Look, I know it's early. You get 12 minutes after this quarter. Kind of need a bucket here, I believe. Celtics fans are starting to get into it. Celtics are feeling themselves. They smell a little bit of blood in the water by the pace that they're running with right now. Smart looks to be banged up. He's grabbing his head on the sideline. Shot clock at 9. Maxey on Brown. The length there is a little bit of a problem. Maxey drives. Floater! Nothing but nylon. Tied back up at 85. 1 minute left here in the third. Then it's go time in the fourth. Tatum far side. Guarded by Melton. Now guarded by Maxey. To Brogdon. Brogdon for 3. Off the mark. Game clock at 45. Shot clock at 18. Little 2 for 1. And DeAnthony Melton throws it away. Shot clock still in the Sixers' favor, though, unless the Celtics want to go 2 for 1 quickly. 42.7 seconds left in the third, 23 on the shot clock. Tatum, slow pace, though. No 2 for 1 for Boston. Drops it off for Brown. Brown dribble through the legs, spin move, hangs. Ball loose. Reed gets it. 3-second difference. Reed to Niang. Niang for 3. Can't get it to go. Reed rebound. Game clock at 17. Shot clock at 10. Maxey holding. Guarded by White. Into the free throw stretch area. Knocks down the pull-up. Sixers up 87-85. 6 seconds left. Tatum. Spin move, into the lane, rip through move. Good. No foul called. 0.5. Harris at the horn, off the top of the backboard. And folks, ladies and gentlemen, we're tied 87-87 headed to the fourth quarter. Good second half start there for Maxey. Then once he went out with that knee injury, he comes back in. Good close for the third quarter there for his confidence, as well as the Sixers offense. Jayson Tatum, of course, talking to the refs, trying to talk about that last call there. Nearly 500 people watching live on Celtics today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. But right now, we're headed to the fourth quarter.
Get your 4s up. Let's go.
Get those 4s up. Get those 4s up. $15 away from $100 in Super Chats on Celtics today. Let's show them the Super Chat menu here. Type those 4s. Katarina, Nolan, Emmanuel on Celtics today. Walter Miller, AFX, and Reese Scott on Sixers. Here's our Super Chat menu. $5, you can ask us anything that you want. Every time we get 10 push-ups. We have not gotten to 20 yet to pop open the Patron, but we'll do that. And every $100 that we get, that's a beer bong. So if we get to 100 on Celtics today, we're 15 away. All it takes is 15 to 20 to get past that threshold. Beer bong from your boy here. Can we get there before the fourth quarter? Boom! J. McD! There's the 20. So a shot for me. Cheers, J. McD. Push the Celtics over the top. Bring it, Chase and Coop. Who out there in Sixers land is going to respond?
Let's go.
Who in Sixers land is going to respond? Come on. Make it respectable, because the game is respectable. 87-87. Coop, you bring some analysis. I'll get the Happy Dad beer bong ready.
Should be a great fourth quarter. Let's see if Tatum can continue this great run that he's on. I think Tatum needs to assert himself in the fourth quarter, and the Sixers are going to need James Harden to have a great fourth quarter again. He's been great all night, and they're going to need him to continue. Harden has asserted himself as the number one option with Joel Embiid out, and they will need him to come up huge. To steal a game in Boston without Embiid is massive, because that means if they steal this game, Embiid will not play in game 2, and he'll rest that knee. and hopefully be healthy going back to Philadelphia on the home floor for games 3 and 4. So this will be a fascinating fourth quarter, a huge fourth quarter for multiple reasons for both teams. What are the people saying? Arlo's saying, come on. Rebecca's saying, who the F wants to listen to you guys? Well, Rebecca, you don't have to be here. So thank you. I appreciate that. Tatum 6.1 to Brown 6.9, too tall inside. 6'10 to 6'9, excuse me. The doggy duo coming in.
The doggy duo.
Let's go. The doggy duo says, should my parents let me stay up for Q4? Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
What time is it? It's 8:10 Central, 9:10 Eastern. You'll be in bed by 10 p.m. They should let you stay up.
Guess it depends on where you're watching from. Who's hating in the chat?
Rebecca? We'll see ya.
All right, Rebecca. Take care now. All right, beer bong coming up during the next break. But the fourth quarter is underway. 87-87. On the floor for the Sixers. Harden off the floor. Maxey for 3. Just off the mark. It's Maxey, Melton, Tucker, Niang, Harris for the Celtics. Brogdon, Williams, Tatum, White, and Brown. Brogdon blocked by Melton and rejected. Maxey coming back the other way. He just missed from this spot from 3, misses again. Against the Nets, he was hitting all these. Against the Celtics, his struggles continue, although he's had a couple of big buckets. Tatum carves through that Philly defense. Southpaw lefty, got it. Maxey, floater, into the lane, no good. Foul called. Harris nearly threw it down off the putback, but before that was the call on Maxey. Was that landing area, Coop? Or a little bit of contact there? Because the floater came.
Have to see the replay, but I think the contact was down low. I don't know if it was landing area or not.
Interesting. All right. Here's that beer bong for getting past 100 from our guy who's been pacing the show, J McD. J McD. J McD. J McD.
J McD.
As Maxey hits that first free throw. Here we go. Every 100 that we get, it's a beer bong. So we're at 104 on Celtics. We're at 27 on Sixers. Tatum to his left to Williams. Williams back to Tatum. Tatum stretch pass to White into the near side corner. Drives on Maxey. Hangs. Foul called. Maxey doesn't like it. Spike an audience here on 76ers now. 80 people watching. Make sure you subscribe. More subscribers simply equals more videos here on the show. We'll also be live for a post-game show talking about all this. And then on Celtics today, 505 people watching live, 136 likes. As Marcus Smart back on the bench after being in the locker room. He was a little bit banged up earlier. Depends. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. White, second free throw. Good. Celtics back up by 2, 91-89. Big non-Harden minutes here for the Sixers. Maxey running the point in his absence. Looking for Harris. He's guarded by White. Has the size advantage, but White is a pesky defender. Harris looking to back him down. He's in the lane. Nowhere to go. His mid-range, no good. Williams came on the help defense. White. Bounce pass down low. Williams dribbles it off his foot, hangs in the air. He had Melton on him, so plenty of space for him to just drop that basketball in. 93-89 now. Celtics up by 4. Doc Rivers timeout.
James Harden will be in.
James Harden has to come in now. He dictates the tempo. He dictates the offense. He sets everything up. You need him back on the floor. Now, you needed to give him a little bit of a rest, but it's good to see him back on the floor here. While we have a break here in play, Let's talk about Underdog Fantasy. Really excited to partner up with them as a new ad sponsor here at Chat Sports, the leader in fantasy. Sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Let's tell you about it here. Make your picks and get a 100% deposit match with Underdog Fantasy. Attention, Sixers and Celtics fans. We've teamed up with Underdog Fantasy, the leading name in best ball and pick'em fantasy sports. Experience their extensive offerings, including daily drafts, season-long best ball, and player pick'em for the chance to win thousands or even millions of dollars. Take advantage of their seamless platform, personalized rankings, and exceptional customer service for the ultimate fantasy sports experience. 100% deposit match up to chatsports.com/underdog. It's up to you to hit that link in that promo code chatsports for that deal to apply. It's chatsports.com/underdog, promo code chatsports. I'm putting that link in the chat here on 76ers Now and on Celtics Today. Cloud Blue said, what kind of brew are you chugging? I'll go on 76ers here, Coop. The brew that I'm chugging, Happy Dad. Seltzers with electrolytes, which I'm not sure how that makes sense. Alcohol is supposed to dehydrate you, and then you get the electrolytes, I guess, to match. But they're very good. Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Kyle, if you want to make a sponsor, hit us up at Chat Sports.
Yeah. If you're trying to sponsor the show, you can send in the super chat. That too. Yeah, that too. Walter Miller, he wants people to like the video on 76ers Now. 70 people watching, 54 likes. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. And on Celtics Today, 500 people watching, 144 likes. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video.
Let us know what you're sipping on tonight. Chase is having some Happy Dads. I have some good old H2O. Let us know what you're drinking down in the comments.
What are you drinking? Let us know. Fourth quarter.
Late night somewhere, maybe some caffeine, maybe a little H2O, maybe some brewskis, a little whiskey.
Yeah, Coop was drinking a 7 o'clock coffee.
I was. I'll be able to fall right to sleep.
What are you drinking now? Let us know. Monster Energy at work from Emmanuel. Ginger Ale from Omar. Walter, thank you for your time. Thank you, my brother. Walter Flores, you're the man. Arlo Douse at Celtics Nation on Sixers Now. Thanks, name is drinking some water. 10 a.m. here in Japan from Gabe. We appreciate you, my Brody. Harden back in the game as we predicted. Harden, Tucker, Toby, McDaniels, and Maxey. McDaniels up top to Harden. Outstretched elbow. Maxey thought about a three. Bounce pass to Harden. Lined up against Brogdon. Fouled. He'll go to the line. Chance to make this a 2-point game once again. Gabe said 10 a.m. here in Japan, so agua it is. Now, I wouldn't judge if you were drinking at 10 a.m.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, man.
Court Lou, some Hennessy. All right. Somebody sends in a $20 super chat on either channel. We'll drink the Patron. Harden first free throw. It's good. Barely hit the rim. Samaj saying Eagles. Are you talking Philadelphia Eagles, or that's what you're drinking? Harden second free throw. Makes it a 2-point game. 2 of 2 from the line for Harden there. 93-91. 9:50 left in the fourth. White up top. He's going to drive on Maxey. Not sure what he was doing there. They're going to call a foul on Maxey? I mean, that's a walk, if anything.
Carl Lane. He was traveling.
It's a walk, if anything.
Doc should challenge this.
What? Hold on. What is? I guess he.
Oh
Official saw his hand around him, but come on now. I think that's 3 fouls on Maxey. Brown guarded by Toby. Shot clock at 5. Oh, he pulls it from deep. And he got it. Is that the momentum-changing 3 right there from 30-plus feet?
Jimmy
Celtics
Jack
up
Funk.
96-91. Jimmy Jack, we'll get to that super. Harden crossover into the corner. Tucker pulls it back on the 3. Maxey now fouled. That's a makeup call.
Crack the Patron.
Jimmy!
Let's go, Jimmy.
20. Jeremy said that 1800 is dangerous. This is actually Patron, not a sponsor. Hey, it's the fourth quarter. Let's get crazy. I'm just looking for somebody watching 76ers now to match. We're already up to $125 in supers on Celtics. Harden, step back from the elbow. He's been money from there all night. Pulls the Sixers back within 3. 96-93. Brogdon far side, guarded by Maxey. He's going to try to take him. Another spin move. Loses it. Maxey, steal, fouled. White was on the ground. Has to be on White, right? Yes, okay.
Clear path?
Maxey,
Or
he's
a
asking
take
for
foul.
a clear path.
Take foul.
White said how? It's because Maxey picked up the basketball and you swiped his ankles. Marcus Smart about to check in. So too is Al Horford for Boston.
So here's the swipe.
Harden dislodged the basketball.
I think that's a take foul. That should be one shot in the ball for Maxey.
I think the official signaled one shot.
Yeah, okay.
Maxey going to toe the line. He gets the one shot here. Got it to go. 96-94. 8:37 left, so plenty of tick remaining here. Sixers get the ball, and they maintain possession. They inbounds just shy of half court. Harden crosses center circle. It's guarded by Smart, who just checked back in. Harden works off the screen. What the hell was that? He threw it up to Marcus Smart. I'm not sure where he was going with that. And Marcus Smart and P.J. Tucker going back and forth here. Physical play.
Smart was wanting a foul call, and they didn't get it.
Well, there was a foul on somebody, right? That's why they stopped the game. Harden, why would you try to throw a lob to P.J. Tucker?
So they did call a foul,
So they
I
did
guess,
call
on
the foul.
Tucker. I don't know what that was.
Weird sequence there. 96-94, Celtics on top. Brogdon, Brown, Smart, Tatum, Horford on the floor for Boston. McDaniels, Maxey, Harden, Toby, Tucker as the Sixers go small here, and they force a turnover. Sixers got to kind of up the pace here. Maxey guarded by Brown. Can he take him? Into the lane. Back iron. Tatum skies for the rebound. He's going to come back with some fast tempo. Layup. No good. Good defense there from the Sixers. Harden will slow it up, as he often does. Harden special. Crossover dribble on Brown. Gets to the rim. Lays it in. We're knotted at 96 apiece. Brown, near side, guarded by Harden. And I think Harden's called for the foul. See, that's vintage Harden. He kind of leaned left and went right. And off that lean left going right, Brown kind of leaned his body weight in. Harden saw that, and he beat him to the 10. Brogdon up top, guarded by Tucker. He's going to pull it from deep, short. Tucker with the rebound. Hands it off to Harden. Harden, stretch pass to Maxey. Guarded by Brogdon. Near side. Dribbles between his legs. Long two. He's been just long on some of these. McDaniels with the rebound. Shot clock resets to 14. Harden up top. We're approaching 7 minutes left here in the final quarter. Comes off the screen from McDaniels. Step back three. Good! James Harden putting the Sixers on his back. Philly up by 3. 39 points for the Beard. Whistle on the defensive end for the Sixers, offensive end for the Celtics.
What a performance from James Harden this is.
This is vintage James Harden when the Sixers need it the most without Joel Embiid. In game 1 against the Nets, he was awesome. Maxey called for another foul. Hold on here. Sixers already in the penalty. So Smart hits the first free throw. That's 5 fouls for Maxey. Smart again. 99-98. 5 fouls on Maxey. Something to monitor here. While he's only 8 of 21, Sixers need him. That scoring punch and that speed. He stays on the floor. Maxey, step back 3! Too short. Smart is definitely going to try to flop to get him out of the game. Brown will drive. Turn around. To Horford. Horford to Brogdon. Down low. Brown. Layup. Got it. Celtics back on top. 199. Harden guarded by Smart. Comes off the PJ Tucker screen. Harden lost it to Tucker. Shot clock at 10. Gives it to Harden again. Harden. Open from 3. The right wing, and he cushions it home. Harden with 42. Sixers up 102-100. Under 6 to go. We're past the halfway mark of the 4th. Smart. Guarded by Maxey. Maxey can't do anything with 5 fouls. He let him go. 102-102. Maxey knows it too. Maxey going to run the point with Harden off ball. Maxey to Harden. This is a sweet spot again from the right wing. Just shy. Tatum bounce pass in transition to Brogdon, and Tatum goes down. And he's grabbing his private area. So is this a tech here on PJ Tucker? There's some chatter between these two teams
There's some
here.
bench clearings.
What happened here?
Let's see. Easy layup.
Oh, you know what? PJ
Oh!
Tucker, he was directing traffic, and I think he hit Tatum, who definitely flopped. It couldn't have hurt that bad.
I don't think it was on purpose.
It was not on purpose. Tucker, look, the Sixers got beat in transition. So then Tucker went like this, like, you got to get down there, and he hit Tatum right in the nuts.
In the sack, as some would say.
In the sack. 73 people watching on 76ers now. And we have 773 people watching on Celtics today. Who you got here? Who you got? Break in action. I think the officials are going to look at this. Who you got? S for the Celtics, S for the Sixers, excuse me, C for the Celtics. Adrian, still saying 76. Arlo, Boston. Saizana, Celtics. Jay McD, saying the Warriors are the worst. Dynasty for a decade, though. Jay McD, Celtics. Captain Rex, Celtics. Darley, Celtics. EBK, Sixers. Jay, Sixers. Walter Miller, Sixers. Gabe Durand, Sixers. We could show them the Super Chat battle here, Coop. If you want to send in a donation, if you're enjoying the show, our watch party is free. You send in a Super Chat. We appreciate the support here. It's the rectangular box with the $sign that goes through it right below the chat. Anytime somebody sends in a 20, we're taking shots at Patron. Every $100 that we get on beer bong and a beer, we're at $125 on Celtics. 28 on Sixers. Here's our Super Chat battle. Sixers, newer channel, of course, but a good battle on the floor and during our watch party, 125 to 28. Here's our Super Chat menu, $5, you can ask us anything. $10, we'll do some push-ups. $20, shots. Every 100 that we get, beer bomb.
What a finish we have in our hands here, Chase.
Lucky world. How much time is left? 6:23 here in the fourth. And as Coop said, great finish. Hold on to your seats. We're coming in for a landing.
Is Harden going to have to score 50 for the Sixers to win this game? I think he might.
He might with Maxey's 5 fouls. Check that. 5:04 left here in the fourth. Just updated here.
Tatum has been equally as impressive.
Yeah. Please make sure you subscribe. 800 people watching on Celtics. I'm seeing that 300 people are not subscribed to the show. So make sure you subscribe right now. We give you Celtics content all year round. And during the offseason, we really have an uptick with our coverage. So you want to stay in the know with all of the Celtics signings, rumors, draft picks.
He flopped.
He flopped hard.
There's no way I don't think
You can't
this
even
is
give him a
flagrant.
tech on an accidental thing, right? He wasn't even looking at him. Now Tatum's back. He's clearly okay. 17,000 people have joined us throughout the night on Celtics. 2,500 here on Sixers. They did not call a foul. They called it incidental.
Yeah. Which it was.
You never know.
You do never
104, 102, Boston on top. Harden guarded by Smart. Nearly went backcourt, but it was because of the Smart tip. Harris has to do something here. Somebody has to do something to help out Harden. Harris, nowhere to go. Shot clock at 2.5. He beats Horford to the rim, lays it in. Broken play, but he turned garbage into gold. 4:35 left. Brown thought about a three. Shoots it into the corner to Smart. Tries to take Reed off the dribble, draws the foul, and one. 106, 104. Smart will head to the line. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, that's good defense by Reed. Better finish there by Marcus. He has 8 points, 3 of 5 shooting, 6 dimes. And one opportunity. He converts. So the three-point play gives the Celtics a 3-point lead. 107, 104, 4:23 left. Harden guarded by Tatum. Shot clock at 14. Comes off the screen, has some space. Back out to Toby for three. Got it. We're tied. 107, 107. Great pass. Eyes behind his head type of pass from Harden. Toby was wide open. Harris has 18. Here comes Tatum. Downhill. Fouled. DeAnthony Melton swiped through, and they got him. What a pass from Harden. Sixers without Joel Embiid here, looking to steal game one. They're exhausting all of their efforts here. And in this matchup between the 2-seeded Celtics and 3-seeded Sixers, we're coming down to the wire. As for right now, Tatum at the line, hits the first. Celtics regain the lead. Subscribe to the show. Hit that sub button right now. Tatum, the second free throw. Misses it. It rimmed out. So it stays at a 1-point game. 108-107. Melton far side. Gives it up to Harden. Harden guarded by Brogdon. Right wing. That's been his sweet spot. Gets into the lane. Then beats Horford. Good defense by Horford. It's a walk on Harden. So that's good defense by Horford because Harden kind of gave him a shimmy to free up space, and then Horford was able to recover. And he got all ball on that swipe through. He really did. So that is a walk for Harden here. Now Harden, he should have let that ball fall. If you let that ball fall off that tip, it wouldn't have been a walk. Critical possession here. Tatum up top to Tatum, right wing. Dribbles through his legs, backs it back out. He's guarded by Harris. Shot clock at 8. Passes into the lane to Horford. Horford, great pass to Smart and 1. The backdoor cut has killed the Sixers all night, and that's a credit to the Celtics for realizing that. Because it's that late action on the backdoor cut where they've really exposed Philadelphia here. Harden barely got Smart's green fro, but it was enough to draw the foul. Smart to the line here. Opportunity to put the Celtics up by 4.
Smart 9 points in this fourth quarter. He's
9
been
points
huge.
in the fourth. He's been huge, Coop. Free throw. Cash. Celtics up by 4. 111-107. Maxey, Harden, Harris, Reed, Tucker on the floor for the Sixers offensively here. Harden, guarded by Tatum, through his legs, into the lane, layup, off the mark. Good defense on that help side for Boston. Tatum, left wing. You feel like a bucket here could break the Sixers. Tatum one-on-one against Tucker. Gets the screen, switches on to Maxey with 5 fouls. He wants them. Help from Harden. Tatum. Desperation heave. No good. Rebound Harris. Maxey will push. He'll slow it back up. Smart play. Now we'll give it to Harden. Harden back to Maxey. Guarded by Brogdon. Now he has Horford. Can he beat him? Gets into the lane. Throws it up. No foul. Outlet pass to Brown. Brown. He'll slow it back up to reset. 2 minutes left here in the fourth. Subscribe right now. Coming down to the wire. Brown to Smart. Smart beats Maxey. Into the corner. Brogdon pump fake. Pull up. No good. Smart with the rebound. To Tatum. No foul called, surprisingly. I thought there was contact. Harden. Into the lane. Maxey pump fake from 3. He dices through. He lays it up. And the foul!
So the baseline official called the block, but the other official called the charge. So they're going to converse here.
Baseline has to have the call, right? And that would be Maxey's 6. He'd foul out if they call it on Maxey here. You either get a potential and 1, or you get Maxey fouling out.
David Guthrie, the baseline official, says he has a blocking foul.
The baseline ref should make this call, right? They're going to review it, I think.
I didn't know this was even a reviewable play. Let's hear what he says. Blocking. Okay, so
They're
called
going to
the
see if
blocking
it's in the
foul.
restricted area. Okay.
So if he's not in the restricted area, are they going to call it a charge? He was not in the restricted area, which means if he wasn't, I think this is a charge and Maxey's out of the game.
Maxey's out of the game.
Oh, but he's still moving.
He's still moving.
But if they called the blocking foul, why does it matter if he's in the restricted area or not?
Yeah.
Are they going to change the call here? And if so, does Doc Rivers challenge that call to make him review it again?
Right. Yeah, that's in play as well. All right, more than 1,000 people watching live here on Boston Celtics today. If you send in a $20 super chat, we're taking shots of Patron. If somebody sends in a $50, I'll shotgun a beer. We put the party into watch party throughout the night. Been able to pick up a lot of new subscribers here on both channels. Nearly 100 new subscribers on Celtics today. We started the night blocking foul. Okay, blocking foul. Maxey stays in the game. Like I was saying, 14,308 subscribers we started tonight with. We're up to 14,391. We'll really make the bosses happy if we pick up 17 more subscribers to pick up 100 for the night. If you want Celtics content year-round, we have you covered here at Chat Sports. Informative and entertaining videos. Sub. And on 76ers now, 95 people watching live. I'm from Philly, grew up in Westchester. Subscribe over there if you want year-round Sixers content. So Maxey with 23 points, 9 of 23 from the floor, 3 of 3 from the line.
What a pivotal call that could turn out to be.
Huge call. And if Maxey connects here, pulls the Sixers within one. Maxey's free throw. It's good. 111, 110, 138. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming in for a landing here. Tatum crosses half court, guarded by Harris. Drives right, pass to Horford for three. No good. Tip out by Brown to Brogdon for three. That's off the mark. Another Horford rebound. Smart. Bounce pass. Horford. Layup. Got it. Couple of extra possessions there for the Celtics there, Coop.
Yeah, and Maxey wanted to swipe that ball away from Horford, but he knew he couldn't because he has the 5 fouls.
Sixers down by 3. 113, 110. 114 left.
100 people watching on our Sixers channel. We have 1,100 watching on our Celtics channel.
Let's go. Subscribe.
If you're coming across us for the first time, we cover these teams better on YouTube than anyone. Plain
4
and simple.
subscribers away from picking up 100 new subs tonight on Celtics. Subscribe.
Who's going to be the 100th?
Who's going to be the 100th new subscriber? Type me if you're subbed. All of our content is free. We got past there.
Let's go.
That's awesome. I'll pour one out for y'all. $20 super chat. We'll take another shot of Patron here. Cheers. We appreciate all of you for being here with us. 20,000 people have joined us throughout the night. Who you got? C for the Celtics, S for the Sixers. Sixers basketball, 113, 110. $125 in super chats on Celtics, 28 on 76ers now. Waffle Crush is in the chat. Zach Attack, Walter Miller, thanks name, Johnny, Gustavo. Sixers inbound. Harden has it. Guarded by Tatum. Now he's on Smart. Paul Reed will set the pick. Harden passes it to Reed. He's fouled as he dashes to the cup off that pick and roll.
Great
he is
pick and
not
roll.
a good free throw shooter, but these free throws are critical here.
Great pick and roll ran by James Harden. As Reed sets the hard screen, Horford comes over to trap. He finds Reed rolling hard. He'll get to the line here. They need Reed to make at least one of these.
Paul Reed this year from the line. 74.5%, but pressure cooker right now. First free throw is good. 1,300 people watching live on Celtics today. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. 113, 111. Here's the second from Reed. He goes 2 of 2 from the line. The man that they call B-Ball Paul comes through with 2 big free throws. Brogdon, Brown, Tatum, Horford, Smart on the floor for the Celtics. Harden, Harris, Tucker, Maxey, Reed for the Sixers. Brogdon gave up his dribble. Gives it up to Smart. Smart into the corner. Brown, mid-range, pump fake. Good D by Harris. Smart Pump fake out to Tatum. He pump fakes to Brogdon. Brogdon gives it away to Maxey. Maxey the other way. And he dunks it home. Sixers up 114-113. Joe Mazzulla timeout. 28.9 seconds on the game clock.
What a defensive possession from the Sixers here.
Coop, talk about it. What happened?
Tobias Harris locked up Jaylen Brown on the left wing, which confused him, and no one wanted to shoot. Jayson Tatum gets the ball with about 6 seconds to go, and then he passes it off to Brogdon, and by the time it got swung over to Brogdon, there was no chance the Celtics were going to get up a shot. Instead of Brogdon trying to get something up, he throws it away, and Maxey gets a breakaway dunk. A terrible possession for the Celtics and a fantastic defensive stand by the Sixers.
Now, every game that the Sixers and Celtics have played this year has come down to the wire. It's been a close one. There was a massive game at the Wells Fargo Center, the 304 matchups between these two storied rivals here, where Jayson Tatum hit a buzzer beater at the end of the game to give the Celtics the win. And here we are with the slight difference between the shot clock and the game clock, with the Sixers up by 1.
I believe there's 27 seconds left. So there's
28.9 seconds left.
So a 5-second difference.
5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Valeriano in the chat. Lucky World. Arters. George. Lucky World on the chat right now.
Okay. Here we go.
So because the Celtics called a timeout, they inbound on their side of the court. Tatum spins into the lane. Fouled. Too easy. Fouled by Harris. He spun into the lane and he was able to gain some separation on Toby. And I'd say that the clock is in the advantage of the Celtics here. And now Tatum will go to the line for 2. He's been money from the line all year. Money from the line tonight. Knocks down the first. We're tied 114-114. 38 points for Tatum. Niang will come in for some offensive floor stretching for the Sixers. And to rebound for some size. 26.1 on the game clock. So a 2.1 second difference. Tatum's second free throw, pure. Tucker will inbounds. He finds Harden. Harden guarded by Smart. Sixers down by 1. Harden comes off the P.J. Tucker screen. Shot clock down to 11. He's on Horford now. Dribbles through his legs for 3. Harden, he got it! James Harden from deep on Al Horford. Wow. Harden sinks it to put the Sixers up by 2.
Vintage beard. Are you kidding me? The dribble step back 3 on Al Horford. What a performance from James Harden. Wow.
A statement career-defining game for James Harden here. Coop, as we know, he has had so many playoff shortcomings, but there he comes through with a monster 3 to give the Sixers a 2-point advantage. Now, 8.4 seconds left here in the fourth, but Harden has done his part. 45 points for the Beard, and it's been the Beard and Tatum show as Tatum has 39.
Unbelievable performance from James Harden. A lot of doubt coming into this series about whether he'd be able to step up in Joel Embiid's absence. He has answered that and more in this game tonight.
JS is in the chat on 76ers now saying, Vegas Harden. That is our commenter MVP for tonight.
He went to Vegas.
On 76ers now.
He got his mind right.
153 people watching live. Do not forget to subscribe to the show right now. Hit that thumbs up icon as well. Here we go. 8.4 left. Celtics will inbounds off the far side. It's Brogdon. Down low to Smart. He beats Harden, and then the ball goes out of bounds. Who's the foul on?
It's on the Celtics.
Foul on the Celtics. Sixers get the basketball. Paul Reed will shoot 2. So Smart tried to drive. Harden was surprisingly able to recover. Reed picked up the basketball. It was an emergency throw back in bounds, but then Tatum pushed Reed out of bounds. He didn't need to do that. He could have allowed Reed to throw up in desperation. Reed went 2 of 2 from the line on his first trip moments ago. Here he is again. Sixers up by 3. Can he effectively win the game here with another free throw make? The Sixers 12-5 this year without Joel Embiid, looking to go to 13-5. Reed at the free throw line. 2 dribbles. Slight bend of the knees. And he connects on the second. 4 of 4 from B-ball Paul down the stretch. Smart. He'll pull up from 3. 2 seconds left. Off the mark. And the Philadelphia 76ers go into TD Garden in game 1, led by James Harden's 45 points, and they take down the Celtics just more than 24 hours after the Bruins choked in game 7 at the same arena. What a performance from James Harden. Vegas Harden with the game-winning 3. For the 2,000 people still watching live here on Celtics Today, please make sure you subscribe. Either way, you gotta love the playoff dramatics.
What a game we had to start this series off.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
You gotta catch your breath after one of those.
Wow. Harden had a good time in Vegas over the weekend. Comes out with a 45.6 assist performance.
45 points.
Ties his playoff career high.
17 of 30 Coop from the floor.
He put the team on his back tonight, and the Sixers absolutely steal game 1, buying extremely valuable time for Joel Embiid to heal that knee up. As we said early in the game, Chase, the Sixers won this game. You will not see Joel Embiid in game 2.
No. Joel Embiid is not going to play in game 2.
Incredible.
Is that James Harden's best performance of his playoff career?
They said it tied his career high, but the stakes, I think it might be. I mean, that's just incredible. We were not expecting that from James Harden as we took the lower courtesy of Underdog Fantasy on his 31.5 points and assists. Well, he shut us up as he finished with 51 points and assists. Unreal.
And here's the thing, too, about that Harden performance. You talk about the stakes of Embiid being out. How about this, though? The game-winning 3 as well on top of that.
They got the switch on Horford. Horford guarding Harden. Harden gave him a little dribble, the little between the legs that he likes to do at the top of the key, and just pulled up with his left and cashed it.
Wow. And he wore that ugly-ass outfit to the game.
Unbelievable from James Harden. Unbelievable. As Lion Fighter coming in with the $2 super chat says LFG. What a win for the Sixers, stealing game 1 in Boston. Do you believe it?
Wow.
It's just insane. I mean, the need to get that win for the Sixers to have life in this series.
Look, and this is a Celtics team that has owned the Sixers in the playoffs. I mean, as an organization, there are playoff demons for the Sixers here. They have not beaten the Celtics in a playoff series since 1982. So they get that win to really give them some confidence against a team that they've lacked confidence in, and they did it with Joel Embiid, and now he can afford to sit a little while until game 3 on Friday night.
I thought Doc Rivers coached a very good game tonight,
I thought he
by
did
the way.
too.
I thought he coached a very good game. He knew what buttons to push. He gave James Harden the proper rest when he needed him to. He brought him back early when he needed him to. Loved how Doc Rivers coached this game tonight.
How are Celtics fans feeling? Let us know in the chat on 76ers Now. Lion Fighter with the $2 super chat, LFG.
Let's go.
You know what, Lion? You're a real one. I'll give you a shot here. I'll give you a shot, Lion Fighter.
Wow. That's one of the best games. I mean, these playoffs have been so good and so competitive.
So good.
It's been great. You want to hit 34 on that, John, real quick?
34.
On the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Or I can do it.
No, I got you.
Might be over there.
There you go.
I got it.
Is that
Thanks.
the Rangers-Devils game?
Yeah.
Wow. That's just a hell of a performance.
I mean, what more can you say? It was a great game from Jayson Tatum as well, but James Harden stealing the show.
Wow. So what? That put him up 117, 115. Yep.
Just getting some post-game stats together here. Heavy minutes for the Celtics guys as well.
Yeah. Zach Attack, I just subscribed. Thank you so much for the stream tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
And for NBA fans out there, we'll be live tomorrow for Warriors-Lakers. I'll be
there.
live tomorrow for Warriors-Lakers.
Excuse me. All right.
Wow. All right, I'm hitting up James. James going to put that game winner on YouTube Shorts.
I'm getting the stats in here right now.
Cool. So, Thoey said legacy defining. Bonner N. Han said new subscriber. Thank you so much. Jay the G, why are you on the Celtics channel when you're a Sixers fan? Well, I cover the NBA here at Chat Sports. So it's called being built different and giving the people a show in which we went live for our first ever show here on Celtics Today. And 27,000, 30,000 views throughout the night.
We bring what the people want, plain and simple. And I think the people want, if I can get it here, to talk about this man.
James Harden.
Can you believe it?
See, this is what I'm saying. I think that this is the best performance of James Harden's
I
career
agree.
in the playoffs.
Yep.
It ties a career high with 45 points, but you have to talk about the circumstances here. Joel Embiid out. You're on the road. The Sixers haven't beaten the Celtics in a first round or in a series in the playoffs since 1982. And there's been a lot of cases, Coop, where James Harden has had the ball in his hands to win a game in the playoffs, and he hasn't. Oftentimes, he has not. He hit the game winner as well.
Hit the game
And
winner.
he switched on to Al Horford. That was a big part of that play.
And the best part of it all, he did it all after a weekend in Vegas.
Yes.
I mean, it was just, this is one of the best playoff performances I've ever seen in an individual game. James Harden literally put the team on his back and willed the 76ers to a Game 1 win. And that affords them valuable time with Joel Embiid
To
on the
allow
sidelines.
Joel Embiid to come back. Now, I'm tweeting out about this game right now. Feel free to interact with me at Chase_senior. We said this in the pregame, Coop. It's unfortunate that the NBA regular season has kind of become a joke
Oh, it's been horrible.
because the NBA playoffs
This has been just great.
are awesome, man.
They're great.
They're just awesome.
Another guy that had a big game for the Sixers, obviously Tyrese Maxey with his 26 points, but Paul Reed stepping in for Joel Embiid, 10 points, 13 boards, 3 of 4 from the field, including 4 clutch free throws down the stretch.
Yep. Clutch free throws from B-Ball Paul. You want to just do this as a cut on Sixers?
That's fine.
We can just do that, right? I
Yeah.
mean, shit. We might as well.
You want to do it live?
Yeah, let's just do it.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to recap this game on the Sixers side on 76ers Now. For those of you watching on Celtics, if you want to come chop it up, or if there's Sixers fans watching on Celtics today, I'm going to give you the link here where you can come hang out with us. Just give me a moment here. If you're a Sixers fan, come over here. Because if you send in super chats or if you send in comments, we can chop it up for a little while. Sixers fans, hit that link if you're watching on Celtics, or Celtics fans, if you want to vent your frustrations, come over on 76ers Now, and we're going to chop it up over there. Zach Attack, appreciate you. Yeah, you can do that. Those of you who watch us on Celtics Today, what a blast. First ever time that we went live there on Celtics Today. 30,000 views for our live stream and picked up well over 100 subscribers. Y'all are the best. We appreciate it. We'll be back for Game 3 on Wednesday night. Probably just going to do the same thing on both of these channels here. So we'll catch you then, Celtics fans. Down 1-0, but you played good basketball tonight. You obviously lose without Joel Embiid. We're going to recap it on our Sixers channel. That link is in the chat right now. We'll catch you next time on Wednesday for Game 2. All right, we're still live here on 76ers Now. A little bit of a peek in audience. Cool. Oh, yeah. I can actually, okay, cool.
We are exclusively on our 76ers channel now. Y'all better be feeling good about this dub. That's all I'm saying.
We're about to break this game down. If you have, send in a question using hashtag Sixers or a super chat, and we'll get you on the show.
You want to do Sixers or 76ers on the hashtag?
Hashtag Sixers is probably easier. Then people don't have to go back and forth between the numbers and the letters. Let's recap it here. 76ers Now post-game show. Zach Attack. So you're watching on 76ers Now, so just continue to hang out with us here. I think you were maybe watching on Celtics too, but you're in the right chat, my Brody, because you're watching on 76ers Now. Legacy game for James Harden tonight as the Sixers steal Game 1 on the road. Thanks, Name, saying when the flasks are empty. We're down to empty this flask here. $20 super chat, doing a shot of Patron. $20 super chat, doing a shot of Patron. Let's celebrate this dub here. I guess we'll do Underdog Fantasy for this. Brandon Katz, that's not a legacy game. It's Game 1 of the second round. This is why I'm saying this, though, Brandon. James Harden has been pretty bad in the playoffs for the most part. And consider the circumstances. He has had opportunities to hit game winners and hasn't. You're without Joel Embiid. You're on the road against Boston, and you're going up against a team that has owned you. That's why it's a borderline legacy game for him. Now, they could lose this series 4-1, right? Gentleman's sweep. You're still going to remember that Game 1 from James Harden. All right, post-game show coming up right now. Hashtag Sixers or super chat will answer your questions, your concerns, your takes, your comments, whatever. Let's dive into it right now on 76ers Now. What a Game 1 for James Harden and the Philadelphia 76ers as they go on the road in Boston, TD Garden, without Joel Embiid, and they steal Game 1. And this, a huge performance for the 76ers for a couple of reasons. It buys Joel Embiid a couple more days to rest that knee, but also now, like the Miami Heat might do with Jimmy Butler's ankle injury, because they have a 1-0 lead and you stole home court in this series, you can afford to sit Joel Embiid in Game 2 and then potentially bring him back depending on what happens in that game on Friday for Game 3 at the Wells Fargo Center, where Sixers fans are going to be really excited to see this team return back to the city of brotherly love considering what they did. And as I mentioned off the top of our post-game show here, all led by James Harden. And really, Coop, the big debate, is that a legacy game from James Harden? I understand it's game one of an Eastern Conference Finals, or Eastern Conference semifinal series, I should say, but consider the circumstances, right? No Joel Embiid. James Harden has had a lot of playoff shortcomings. Yep. He's had a lot of opportunities where he's had the rock in his hands with the chance to give his team the victory. He hits that step back game winner to give the Sixers the advantage, and he scores 45 points 6 times on 30 shots. Those 45 points tying a career high, and 7 of 14 from downtown.
I think this is the best performance of James Harden's career. I mean, with what was on the line, no Joel Embiid, you're on the road in Boston. James Harden was in Vegas a couple days ago. I think that makes it even more impressive. I mean, he put the team on his back tonight, and he's the reason the Sixers are up 1-0. And it's extremely valuable because the Sixers win game one. They can now afford to rest Joel Embiid in game two, buying him some valuable time. Maybe he gets a little more healthy going back to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia.
And it was an awesome game for the Sixers because they really did display a lot of toughness here. And there were a couple of moments in this game where it could have gotten ugly, where you were sensing that the Celtics were smelling blood in the water, momentum was on their side, the crowd was starting to feel it, but then it was Tyrese Maxey with the big bucket, or it was DeAnthony Melton going perfect from distance in that first half, 5 of 5 from 3. I thought Tobias Harris had a pretty good game. I thought that at points in this matchup, honestly, Doc Rivers outcoached Joe Mazzulla, where he had to take a couple of really timely timeouts to settle things down to a certain degree. And that's a credit to the Sixers here. They could have panicked, they could have cratered, and they did not. And they were able to really stay cool, calm, and collected in this game in a very hostile environment. Tough 36 hours for Celtics and Boston fans in general.
They're in shambles.
Yeah, the Bruins, who set a record for the most points scored in NHL history, most wins in the regular season in NHL history, right, with 65.
Yeah, 65 wins.
They lose Game 7 after squandering a 3-1 lead to the Florida Panthers. And then in that same arena, it's the Celtics losing this Game 1 to the Sixers. So show some love to James Harden by typing his jersey number down below in the comment section. What a performance from the Beard. And there's, of course, a lot that we have to get to with this game. But first, make sure you subscribe to us here on 76ers Now. We did our first watch party here on the channel. It was a great success, and we're going to be back for Game 3 right here. And as the offseason is approaching, hopefully not for a long time for the Sixers, let's hope they can make it past the second round for the first time since 2001. There's going to be an uptick in our content. Hit that subscribe button down below. We're closing in on 10,000 subscribers. More subscribers equals more videos. It's youtube.com/76erstv. Before we continue to break this Game 1 steal of a victory down for Philadelphia, today's show is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Double your first deposit. Get a 100% deposit match with Underdog Fantasy today. Experience the thrill of fantasy sports like never before with Underdog Fantasy, the industry's easiest and fastest growing app. Put your basketball knowledge to the test. Philly guys, Philly girls, I know you want to put that basketball knowledge to the test with their pick'em game by forecasting whether your chosen players will have higher or lower stat totals this week. And you might just win up to 20 times your money. Register today by using the promo code ChatSports at chatsports.com/underdog and double your first deposit up to $100. We'll put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. So, Coop, you look at the team-by-team statistics here. Throughout much of that first half, the Celtics were shooting more than 70%.
Yeah, I think at halftime they were shooting 73% because the Sixers had no rim protection whatsoever. And Paul Reed just couldn't protect the rim at all. They were getting easy buckets. It seems like they were slipping in from the wings in behind the Celtics defense, and they were getting alley-oops, and they were really getting whatever they wanted in the paint. But Doc Rivers made some adjustment at halftime, and it seems like they shored that up a bit.
And Jayson Tatum had what, 30 points in that first half?
Tatum had 26 in the first half.
26 points in the first half. He finished with 39 points. So I thought the Sixers made some really good defensive adjustments, and we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that possession in the final seconds that led to the Tyrese Maxey dunk when the Sixers played some lockdown defense. Good switching, good overall defensive, I guess. They just stayed in their lanes to a certain degree.
It was a great team defense possession.
Good discipline, I guess, is the word that I was looking for. And then Maxey had that interception off the pass from Malcolm Brogdon. He was able to go the other way, and that was a huge bucket for the Sixers at that time. Now, the Celtics come back. I believe the following possession, Tatum hit a couple of free throws, which gave the Celtics a 1-point lead before that James Harden triple. But it was that defensive possession which really set a tone in that game. And for Maxey, the field goal numbers weren't great. 10 of 24, he shot below 42% from the field, 2 of 9 from 3, started this game slow. But I thought he exercised some demons here, which is really good for his confidence moving forward. Because against the Celtics in his career, he has always struggled. He's averaged about 10 points per game, and he shot below 35% from the field and from three-point range in his career against Boston. And to get 26 points, I think is big for Maxey's confidence moving forward. You showed the stats from Paul Reed, too. How about what B-Ball Paul did? With some of the switching defensively, altering shots at the rim, being very active, he didn't play sloppy, which sometimes he can because the game can move a little bit too fast for him. No turnovers for Paul Reed. By the way, for Maxey, had 5 fouls for the last several minutes of that game, so good job by him for the defensive discipline and offensive discipline to not foul out of that game. But for Paul Reed, 2 trips to the line, 1 to seal the game, and 2 other big free throws. And he knocked down all 4 free throws, which was massive for him.
It looked comfortable doing so. I mean, it didn't look like they were pressure free throws at all. You see guys in those situations where they walk up to the line, they're a little antsy, they're shaking a little bit, they're wiping their hands off. There was none of that from Paul Reed. He walked up there confident. I believe he was about 74% on the year, and he knocked them down with ease.
Yeah, so great the Sixers' performance tonight. A, B, C, D, or F. Collectively, it has to be an A grade from me just because of everybody who stepped up. And all of this came at different moments, right? Harris started off slow. He finished 8 of 16 for 18 points. Paul Reed had those 10 to go along with 13 rebounds for him. Tyrese Maxey with 26. James Harden with 45. D'Anthony Melton had 17 points. 15 of those came in the first half when the Sixers were desperately looking for a bucket in that first half. He was able to come through. 5 of 6 from downtown. Let's start to take some of your questions here. Lion Fighter setting the tone with a couple of super chats during our watch party. As we're watching right now, Rangers and Devils. A couple of big hits in that game in Game 7. But Lion Fighter, do you think Harden is playing for a chip, a contract, or both? Well, both, right?
Both, absolutely.
We know that James Harden wants to get paid. We know that James Harden, the one thing missing from his mantle, he's accomplished everything that any superstar wants to accomplish,
ever.
Right? MVP has it, probably should have 2. Scoring title, multiple All-Star appearances.
He has, I mean,
everything.
And I'm, as someone who hasn't been a big fan of James Harden throughout his career, I am so impressed with how he's revamped his game over the past couple of years. And you will see his name in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, can he add a championship to his mantle? That remains to be seen. But when he does this,
45 points in the game winner. 30 shot attempts. This comes after yesterday, in which Steph Curry had 38 shot attempts and dropped 50 points. So look, we're talking about this throughout the show. As you look at D'Anthony Melton's numbers here, I kind of alluded to him. It's a shame that the NBA regular season has become what it's become, with load management, guys sitting out, not taking it seriously, because these playoffs, they've been highlighted by a couple of insane performances. The Jimmy Butler Game 5, Game 6 back-to-back performance was legendary. Early on, we saw Kawhi Leonard, who talk about brittleness. You have that. Kevin Durant has had a couple of big games. Devin Booker put the team on his back in that closeout game against the Clippers. Steph Curry, Game 7, 50 points. And then it's James Harden with the 45-piece on 30 shot attempts and the game winner to lift the Sixers to a 119-115 victory. Another reminder before we wrap up here, please make sure you subscribe to us here on 76ers Now. All of our content is 100% free. And like I said, we're going to continue to do some watch parties for this series. YouTube.com/76erstv. Lock us in and hit that subscribe button. Tyrese Maxey continues to grow up before our eyes. In that first round series against Brooklyn, he was awesome. In Game 2 and 3, he really put the team on his back. In Game 5, it was an effort up and down the roster for that Sixers team. And like I said, he started off a little bit slow here. But these are the leaders. These are the guys without Joel Embiid, Coop, who needed to have a big game. And they all did in different instances.
Exactly. That's what we talked about pregame, is that they needed these three guys specifically to come in there and elevate their game, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the chat here. Benny can't believe this victory. Walter Miller giving the Sixers an A+. Thoey, that's a clear A. And then Lion Fighter, B-Ball Paul. All right, that's going to do it for our post-game show here on 76ers Now. Now we look ahead to Game 2. We'll be back on Wednesday for it. I highly, highly doubt Joel Embiid plays. Why would you play him? At the
No
very
chance
worst,
you should play him.
You're going back to Philadelphia with this series locked up at 1-1. PHI for the Sixers, BOS for the Boston Celtics. All right, last call here. We'll give you 2 minutes to send in any super chats. If we don't get any super chats, we're going to sign off here. Pretty successful first live show here on the show. And a great watch party at that, filled with a lot of theatrics. 2 minutes to send in any super chats if you want to donate to the show. Walter Miller, we could pop that up there, Coop. Get Walter Miller on the show. He's been keeping that comment section popping. Walter Miller, Chase, how comfortable do you think the Sixers' plan to win a game in Boston will be enough for us to finally get past the second round? Look.
This is where it starts.
This is where it starts right here.
You have to get a split. When you're the road team, have to get a split in the first 2 games to take back home court advantage. And that's what the Sixers did without the MVP of the NBA.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Walter Miller's been a real one all night,
Walter Miller's been our commenter MVP today. He's telling people to hit that thumbs up icon to like the video. Walter, we better see you back here on Wednesday night. We're 1 minute into our 2-minute super chat. Shot clock. Any super chats will come in inside this minute. We'll answer them. Marquise Diamond, who won? Coop, we can show him the scoreboard here.
We absolutely can show him the scoreboard.
James Harden, Marquise. 45 points, game-winning 3 in the final seconds to give the Sixers a 119-115 win. 17 of 30 from the floor, 7 of 14 from three-point range.
Unbelievable.
What a performance. I need some water after that. I have a little bit of a headache.
You were in your bag.
Whew.
I would be shocked if I saw Joel Embiid's name off the injury report or even listed as anything more than doubtful.
You know what? He has played numerous games in which he's been doubtful in the playoffs.
There's just no reason to play him.
Just no reason to play him. It would be malpractice, honestly. Walter Miller, he's going to be back.
Attaboy, Walter.
On Wednesday. All right, we'll see you then. Hey, that does it for our first ever live stream here on the show.
Y'all were awesome.
Coop crushed. Y'all crushed. Hopefully I did my part as well. We'll catch you next time here. Wednesday, 76ers Now. We out. Peace.